And in this instance, we have a 2 to 3 year rye whiskey. It comes in real hot. I think it's around 120 proof in the barrel, and then we proof it down to just above 80 before we turn it into a cocktail.
Okay.
And for this one, why we went with rye, kind of spreading out the whiskey in the category. So, we have the old fashioned. We wanted to do that with bourbon.
Right.
We kind of decided that first. So then when Manhattan came second, it was kind of natural that, let's just do it with rye. Also, as you mentioned, that's the classic way to make it. So, us trying to be true to the classic cocktails, we went with rye. But I think it's a great way to enjoy it. And, we've had a lot of people try the Manhattan and be happy with it. So get one going here for you.
Awesome. Actually, I remember my question now.
Okay, yeah.
It was because you mentioned the fact that it was cost effective to do the batch cocktails for the hotels. Let's speak about like pricing. I know it varies depending on your area, but like about how much are they all around the same price or?
Yeah, they're all the same price.
Okay.
They're retail for 15. So
okay.
Our suggested retail price. Most places you see retail for 15. When you go into places like hotels and whatnot, obviously the price changes a bit. But if you get it off our website, it's 15. And if you get it in the store, Bristol Farms sells them for $14.99 or something. So,
sure.
Yeah. They're right in there. Right,
that's awesome.
15,
yeah, that's a great price point.
Yep.
I just see people like saying like, it's such a convenience to do for bartenders.
Yeah. For bartenders too.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Zophar actually said he actually was at a wedding recently that had bottled cocktails at the reception, and they were super convenient and they were a great selling point. So weddings. I think that's a great.
Weddings would be huge too. Absolutely.
For sure. Now Chris is like, kegs would be easier to ship for my friend's bar. Okay, Chris, don't get ahead of yourself. I don't think you do that.
We got you, bro.
Tony says. So Tony is drinking a Manhattan along with us. Very cool.
Gotcha.
Everyone's so excited for the rye. They're very excited. So Donnie asks, is the Manhattan sweet? Sometimes they are too sweet for me. So I'm curious to hear. Well, I guess I'll be trying it here shortly to tell you, Donnie. So I know, like you said, you work with different partners to source the spirits. Is there any info you can tell, like whiskey, like you tell a state of the whiskey's from, anything like that? Is it Kentucky or is it? If you're not allowed, it's okay. I'm just curious. These guys know if you tell them a state, they'll probably know.
Yeah. Honestly, we get it. We go with what tastes good. So it's coming from different places all the time. But some of it originates in Kentucky.
Okay.
And some of it we get from elsewhere.
Okay.
But it really depends on mostly on flavor. So we'll get ship samples, we'll taste from there, and that's eventually we'd like to be in a place where
of course,
can source, can source from one and can make our own. But for right now, we just go with what tastes good and what's within the age range, because we don't want something that's aged 4 or 5 years or longer going into a cocktail.
Gotcha.
We try and stay in that 2 to 3 year age range.
Okay, gotcha. Very cool. And then the by the way, I forgot to mention the ABV on the Moscow Mule. This one was 20%, which makes sense. I mean, it's more of like a
that's right
over ice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. Just to skip back to the Moscow Mule real quick. It's 20 ABV, and we love having it a little lower proof. Okay. Because all these other ones are closer to 40.
I see.
So a lot of people that are like curious and like they want to try knocks and dobs in them.
Yeah. So Tony's saying me apparently at a whiskey bar. So when I was down in San Diego, I met up with him. That's very cool. Beach Sand Bourbon says cheers from 30,000 feet, just about to land back in Michigan after a trip to Vegas. Oh, people joining us from airplanes.
Cool.
Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah. $15 for a party in a bottle. There you go. Adriana asks, dumb question, but if you don't stir on ice first, should you shake up the bottle first a bit? So you said these are typically chilled, right? Like what's your recommended serving like?
I guess it depends if you want your cocktail up or on the rocks. But either way, it's great to have the bottle pre-chilled. I just didn't pre-chill these too heavy because I didn't want the bottles to get too frosty for the camera. But I think keeping them, talking about bartenders and bartenders wanting to drink, you keep a few of these in the fridge or the freezer and you get home after a long shift. It's nice to just like break one out and just either, drink it neat or on the rocks. But definitely chilled. They're not, that's 100% the way I'd recommend drinking them is chilled. And I like to drink them on the rocks too, because they, as I've said, before, they really do stand up against ice. You can put hotel ice on it. You can put pebble ice on it. You can put a large block. It tastes good on all of it because it's the flavor is dense enough where it can stand up to the dilution. So,
well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're still easier than making a cocktail from scratch. I mean, I think we can all relate to like those long days at work. You want to get home, you want a cocktail. You can either grab a beer or you can do something like this. Be a little more fancy.
Yeah,
you know, grab some ice, like pour this, and like there you go. There's your cocktail.
That's the other thing it's great for is like when you're having people over to your house and like you don't know how much time it takes to like. When you're entertaining people, like cleaning the house, and,
or everyone likes something different, right? Like you may have whiskey drinkers, but someone might want a martini. Like, well, here you go, easy way to do it.
Yeah, and it's a great way to kind of make sure your guests get something interesting and fun without having to make a whole extra step of
just for one person.
Choosing and
sourcing
ingredients, and some of these ingredients are really expensive by themselves too. So it's nice to have just. Sometimes you don't want a bottle of vermouth sitting in your fridge
just because one friend that might show up randomly.
Exactly.
Well, and it's also nice to I mean, I think for me, I do a lot of weekend trips. So like packing something like this in your luggage or like your suitcase, you already have a cocktail waiting for you when you arrive, which is really great. So
just went camping this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
Had a cooler just completely full of beer. And as I was leaving, I was like, wait a second, something's not right. So I grabbed like 3 bottles of Knox and Dobson, but just breaking that out at the end of the night when the campfire is going and just pouring a little bit in everyone's tin cup with a little bit of ice.
Oh, that's awesome!
Sitting in the desert, it's pretty sweet.
And my friend Andrea that I keep shouting out, her channel is called Whiskey Mountain. So what she does is she does hiking paired with different whiskeys.
Oh, sick!
So now she's very excited. She's very much like
absolutely for camping.
Absolutely.
So, let's do it.
So no, she's very excited. So. Okay, well, so this is the Rye Manhattan. What was the ABV on this one? Just so you can
this one is
38%.
38, yeah.
Okay, so all right, let's go and give it a try.
Cheers, guys. I know what I'm going to say, but I want to hear what you're going to say.
Well, I'm thinking back to Donnie's question, saying, was it too sweet?
Is it sweet?
It's not that.
It's
sweet.
not. It's dry.
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely dry.
It's
kind
of dry, and that's what people want. You know what I mean? It's like if you want sweetness, you'll drink something sweet. I think our old fashioned and our improved whiskey cocktail, although I still believe they're fully balanced, they're on the sweeter side. Whereas this, I think, it creates a nice middle point between the two.
Is it so? I know like there's a variation of Manhattan called like the Perfect Manhattan that has both sweet vermouth and dry vermouth. Do you guys do a bit of that, or is it like a specific type of vermouth that you guys use for it? Or
we don't do a perfect. That Perfect Manhattan is cool too. We just do the classic recipe.
Okay.
1 ounce of vermouth, 2 ounces of rye whiskey, and Angostura bitters. And proud to say we use real Angostura bitters, which is
nice.
Is really fun. Because we tried and we thought about trying to recreate that flavor. And
they're classic. I mean,
can't
win
that. Yeah,
nothing compares. You got to have that.
So we're super stoked to be able to use that in all of our cocktails that call for bitters. We use Angostura.
And by the way, if you guys didn't see, he dressed it up with a bit of a cherry here too, which is of course a classic way to have a Manhattan.
You gotta have a cherry.
You got to, yeah. And that's one way. If you are someone that maybe likes a sweeter Manhattan, you can always add a little bit of cherry syrup from the. Absolutely. I do that sometimes. Not gonna lie. So I do add a little bit of sweetness there too. But yeah, This one, I mean, the vermouth is actually the star of this one. Actually, that's like the most dominant. Like, obviously the whiskey, right?
Yeah.
But the vermouth really stands out as like
it carries it through. Right?
It does. It almost, it's interesting because like this. I guess I'm just thinking about someone mentioned like a dirty martini earlier. This kind of carries the character of a martini. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of that vermouth being so vermouth forward. But
totally, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You taste it. It's not hidden in there.
It's a very easy drinker too. Like I think even someone that may not be like a whiskey cocktail person, they could enjoy this one.
Thank you for saying that. We find people constantly coming up to we do a lot of like large scale events, and people come up and they're like, oh, I'm not like a huge whiskey drinker, but I want to try something. Like, where should I start? And a lot of the time we just serve the old fashioned or the Manhattan, and people are like, wow, like these are actually really good. And everyone's always kind of surprised. We're happy for that.
Well, and that's the thing. I think it's something I've always said on the channel. Like, some people may not be people that drink whiskey neat. Some people may not be someone that drinks over ice. People may just drink cocktails. Like, there's like not a wrong way to drink it. And I think this could be a nice way to introduce someone into the flavor profiles that you expect from a whiskey cocktail. But not gonna like blow their palate like cask strength whiskey like I normally drink on the channel. So it's definitely an easier way to go into it. Well, this is really nice. All right. Well, if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to shout them out in the chat. Bourbon Syndicate is asking where for the after party. So for those of you who don't know, I do a Patreon only after party after every live stream. It's on Discord. I'm gonna do it, but I gotta drive out to my hotel first. It's literally right across the street, so I'm gonna go head over there. So we'll be a little bit later. You guys can get started on Discord. That's for everyone $10 and up on Patreon. If you guys are curious, I'll drop a little banner down here on how to get in on that. There's a 30-day free trial if anyone wants to give it a try. But thank you to everyone that shows up to that every Thursday. I guess I'll go into my plug since someone gave me a reason. So on Friday, we are doing our monthly movie night where we're watching Caddyshack. I've actually never seen Caddyshack.
Oh, really?
I've never seen it.
Well, I'll have to give you guys some Knox and Dobson to drink with.
Okay. So, yeah, I've never seen it. I basically do an 80s movie night just because I was born in the 90s, so I missed a lot of the 80s movie culture. Yeah. So I rely on these guys to tell me what movies to watch. So this month's theme was I was like, let's do a sports movie. I gave a few options, and this was the top vote. So I'm really excited. So that's for everyone, $5 up on Patreon. Join us on Discord. Again, free trial down below. So looking forward to seeing that one. I've heard so much about it, so I can't wait to finally see it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Zova said I took several sips of that one. Hey, listen. That's true. I did not finish this one, but not because I'm trying to get the stream moving, guys. I have an hour here.
There's also 5 cocktails.
That's true. That's true. So Tony says, my Manhattan is on the sweeter end with the cherries and syrup from the jar, but the Powers Irish Rye is really strong. Oh, so use an Irish. Oh, that's interesting. Use an Irish Rye for that. That's interesting. Yeah, I love trying variations of cocktails.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, we go. I mean, I don't think I've had an Irish Rye before, but yeah, I'm down to try one.
I don't think I've either. I've had the only thing I was getting confused with the Johnny Walker Rye, but that's the Scotch.
Oh, that's
like different. Yeah,
that's the high Rye.
So no, that's interesting. I've never had that one. But you have to let me know how it is.
Cheers, prescription bourbon.
Oh yeah, prescription bourbon is here in the chat. Oh yeah, there's another channel here. There's so many whiskey channels out there, you guys. And I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching us here. Oh, yeah. We got 2 more cocktails to get through. Don't judge me for this. I'm gonna finish this while we move into the next one. So what are we drinking next?
Yeah. So next is like the old fashioned for sure, like one of our flagships. This one is like if I only get a chance to taste someone on one of our lineup, I'll serve them the old fashioned. I think it's, I won't go on and on about it. I'll pour one for you. Yeah. But yeah, this one's super fun to prepare because you literally just put on the rock. This is room temp right now, so I'll just take 2 large blocks. Rock slides. Let me see if I can get that in.
By the way, I gotta shout out your ice. So is this a local company that does it?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, big shout out to Penny Pound. Penny Pound Ice. They're super cool. They work with us. They hit us up with large blocks. Yeah, they're the OGs in LA.
Yeah, it's hard for you guys to see, but these ice, it's beautiful, honestly. And I've heard so much about them. I know a lot of really nice cocktail bars use them as well. So yeah, look at that, perfect. It's literally perfect. Yeah. So I thought so when I saw them. Like, oh yeah, that definitely looks like that. But
yeah, major really shout out to them. Nick and myself, we're big fans of Penny Pound. Just crystal clear ice, and they have every kind of ice, and they can do anything with it. So super cool. Oh yeah, you got to show rubber ducky.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like for example, this one that has rubber ducky frozen inside of it. Anyway, so yeah, old fashioned. Yeah, that's what I love about this one. I was literally drinking this past weekend. That's like a 2.5 ounce kind of pour.
Okay,
that's like half the bottle.
Also 38%, by the way, for those curious. I know these guys are always curious about things like that. So
38 ABV. I just give it literally 1-2 stirs to just activate it and start chilling it down a little bit. But I don't stir it. I don't stir it to dilute it. Just stir it to kind of activate it and get it a little bit chilled in the glass. Yeah. Awesome. So old fashioned.
I always forget the cameras. I'm gonna keep doing it. So,
there it is. Yeah.
Bourbon whiskey, bitters, and real sugar.
Yeah. So no fake ingredients. Angostura bitters, 2 to 3 year bourbon. And thank you, garnish. Can't forget the garnish.
Again, shout out to Nick off camera.
Yeah, shout out to Nick off camera for real. Putting all this together as well. Thank you.
Everyone's excited about the rubber ducky ice. Yeah. You guys go check them out. Like,
check them out here. Yeah. Can we tag them? Penny Pound or whatever.
Yeah, if someone has the link to it, drop it in the chat for sure. Oh, that's fine. There's actually a channel. There's a channel that used to. I don't know if he still makes videos. His name is Bubble Bath Bourbon. And what he does is he sits in his bathtub and reviews different whiskeys. You don't see his face. You just see his legs in the bathtub. And he has whiskey and he always has rubber duckies. Someone said that's his perfect ice. That they should connect. They should connect for sure. Cool. I saw another question. Oh, where did it go? So Donnie's joining us. He says he had to make an old fashioned from Bullet's Old Fashioned, added orange. Oh, so yeah, Bullet's another brand that does the ready to drink cocktails.
Yep.
Yeah. So
want to, yep.
I saw, and now I'm forgetting. Oh, well, that's a great question. Yeah. So which is the one that you find yourself pouring the most often?
Damn, that's a good one. That's tough, man. I'll probably say the old fashioned or the improved whiskey cocktail.
Okay.
I'd say, yeah. I also really love opening them and sharing them with people because I like to see people's reaction as they're drinking it.
Yeah.
Because that helps me determine if I'm doing a good job or not. You know? But yeah, I would say the old fashioned, and for sure when the daiquiri comes out, that's going to be up there as well. You know. But for now, it'd be the old fashioned or the improved whiskey cocktail.
Awesome. Well, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Salud. Cheers, guys.
I mean, I feel like it's biased. I feel like that's my favorite because I'm normally a whiskey person. That's really great. That is really good quality old fashioned. You know, I grew up in a college town. When you order an old fashioned in a college town, you never know what you're gonna get.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So this drink's just like a classy bartender like made it. It's a very classic recipe.
Yeah, you gotta get one for
Nick off camera. Yes. Do you want to say how? Yeah. you can show your face. Yeah. By the way, Nick was the one that kind of made this happen. So thank you so much for being here. So hopefully more with you soon.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Oh, this is delicious. Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah, I mean it's real easy to drink. You taste full whiskey.
Yeah,
kind of like spectrum.
So spirit forward. I mean, with the garnish, that really just elevates it even further. That orange twist just really made this taste just like a really high-end cocktail bar.
Thank you.
In a glass, in a bottle.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a crowd pleaser. I haven't had anyone taste this yet and not like it. So that's that's why anytime someone's like, "Oh, which one should I start with?" I always like, "Oh, just try the old fashioned, or just try the improved whiskey cocktail," which we'll get to in a sec.
Well, you said you started with the spirit forward ones when you guys were first developing. I'm curious, was the old fashioned or the Manhattan the first one that you guys
launched all four at the same time?
Okay.
I can't remember which one I came up with first.
Like the first concept when you were first thinking about it.
But we were definitely old fashioned must have been one of the first ones. But it was a lot about like, can we source these ingredients? And before COVID, it was very, very, very difficult to source ingredients because a lot of distilleries and purveyors were like, we could just sell our own stuff. Why would we sell it to you?
Yeah, no, for sure. And then be able to bottle it at like a $15 price point. I mean, again, talking about the high end bars, like $15 for
one cocktail, maybe.
Yeah. You got like.
Oh, I meant like if you go to the bar.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So this could probably give you about three from one bottle. That's a credible value. It's if you're curious how a good old fashioned tastes, maybe you live in a college town like I grew up in, and you're really curious how an old fashioned tastes. Maybe give this a try because this is exactly like I expected.
Appreciate that.
So good. Here's another question. If sourcing the ingredients or keeping things stable wasn't an issue, what cocktail would you like to be able to make in the future? Oh, that's a fun one.
That's really good question. Let me see it again.
Yeah.
If sourcing the ingredients or keeping things stable wasn't an issue, like I don't know, like a tiki cocktail or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like
those are all like fruit juice, right?
Yeah, like the bombest Mai Tai you've ever had in your life. But you just
I love a good Mai Tai.
And you just pour it onto pebble ice, and it's just like instant Mai Tai. And you put on the label on the front, instant Mai Tai.
I will say, like, I've seen other brands that do a ready to drink that do a Mai Tai, and it never tastes like a Mai Tai.
Yeah,
like,
I can't speak on that, but
no, I'm saying no shade to those brands. Like I love the brand, but it doesn't taste like a Mai Tai. I'll be honest, it doesn't taste like a Mai Tai.
We're trying to hit them and then have people be like, "This tastes
right."
Like
you don't want people to taste this. This doesn't taste like an old fashioned. Like that's definitely not the case here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really incredible. Someone asked, "What's your favorite so far?" This is my favorite so far, but I'm biased because I'm a whiskey drinker.
He's a whiskey
Sorry.
guy. That's why I had to end on whiskey. That's why. It's like, get the other ones out of the way. I know what this guy likes.
No, but listen. I love a good cocktail. I love a good like craft quality cocktail, and I think everything so far has been exceptional.
Thank you, dude. We appreciate
now
it.
This one I'm very curious about. This last one we have here, the improved whiskey cocktail. I saw the name. I didn't look into it. I wanted to be surprised. What is an improved whiskey? First, what is it? Two, why?
So it's a fun cocktail, man. It's a improved whiskey cocktail is just an old fashioned variation. So I I'm sure there's people out there that could take you deeper into this, but from my understanding, it's a cocktail from the late 1800s, and it was more of a style of a drink, kind of like an old fashioned. So improved whiskey cocktail uses sugar instead. Uses Marasca maraschino liqueur instead of sugar.
Oh, okay.
And uses rye whiskey instead of bourbon, and still uses Angostura bitters. But usually it's garnished either with a lemon or a cherry.
Okay. I'll show the glass. Yeah, we didn't show that.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So this is the improved whiskey cocktail. Rye whiskey. They said there's the maraschino liqueur and the bitters. Is it Angostura bitters as well?
It's real Angostura. And the part that we're really happy about, is we have the Marasca.
Right, the name on there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can reach it closer than that, guys. I can't reach that far. There we
go. And the reason that's important, to me and to bartenders is like that. If you're looking for a Marasca or a cherry liqueur behind the bar for certain things, especially classic cocktails, Marasca is one that bartenders always reach for. So that was the first collaboration we did with an established brand for Knox and Dobson, and it meant a lot to me, and we're really proud to have that on our label. And so it shines right through the cocktail, and I think this one is different to the other ones because it's a classic cocktail, but it's more underground. So I'm sure a bunch of your followers are familiar with it.
I'm not. As a whiskey person, I've actually never heard of it. I mean, I've swapped out rye whiskey for bourbon in old fashioned, but I've never had it with the bitters, or sorry, not the bitters, the maraschino liqueur. Yeah, that.
Yep.
So I'm very curious to see how that is.
Should we break open the rubber duckies? I think so. It's fine. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. I just realized it's got a Santa hat on.
Oh my gosh. Limited edition. There we go.
Yeah, it's a rubber ducky with a Santa hat on.
That's awesome. Right. Collect them all. Maybe.
Thank you, Penny Pound. This is still just sitting in the fridge from last time they came over. But the reason I think it's cool, man, is it's the one cocktail that is from the classic from that era, late 1800s.
Sure.
But it's not a super well-known cocktail. So much so that all these cocktails have to get approved with the TTB before we launch them to get our labels and recipes approved. So when we submitted this recipe to the TTB, they knocked us back the first time, which is the only cocktail out of our lineup that had been knocked back at all.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and they said, "Oh, this isn't a cocktail that we recognize. It's not a real cocktail."
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really? I know the TTB's they're sticklers for things, but wait, so you can't make up a cocktail?
Yeah, you can. Well, I think that's the feedback we got. So,
okay,
sure you can, but anyway, that's the feedback we got.
Interesting. Very weird.
When we submitted, they came back and said, "Yeah, it's not a cocktail name that we recognize." And so I pulled up my bartender's straps and I twisted my mustache.
Actually,
yeah. And I went and I find this, and so I found it in writing from the 1800s, and we emailed it to the TTB and said, "Well, it's actually a real cocktail. Like here it is in print from 1886 or whatever."
Yeah.
And they came back and said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll recognize it. It's in proof." So that's how the cocktail came to be. Is initially they didn't want to verify it, but now it's verified.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. So Zover says that sounds like one I would really like. Tony says I've seen the improved whiskey cocktail on YouTube, but never tried one.
It's really fun, man. You get a lot of depth out of that cherry. It takes you
really.
It takes the like an old fashioned. You have those really dense spice flavors from the Anglo, and then you have the sweetness, and then you get the whiskey. But with the improved, it's like you get the rye, takes you deep into that spice realm, and then you go straight into this. It's a sweetness, but it's not overly sweet, but it's aromatic. That's the difference with the Marasca, is like cherry is aromatic. Anyway,
I can't wait to try it. So it's a good point from Adriana. She says, once getting into neat whiskey, we're mostly too lazy to make cocktails. Hence, these are perfect.
Yeah, you already know. Yeah,
we're so used to just pouring and drinking. Yeah. Another comment. The rubber ducky is what makes these improved. Oh, that's another take.
You already know. I'm going to put it on the label for next time.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. Your description sounds amazing. I cannot wait to try this. So let's go give it a try.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks so much. Salud.
Thank you all for watching.
Salud.
Different but similar. To me, this one is it kind of has to me, the whiskey's coming off more nutty. I'm getting more nutty profile from it. Do you think it's from the liqueur? Or maybe just like you said, you guys get the whiskey from different places. So is it maybe it could be the whiskey or it could be the.
Yeah, I think it's probably a combo kind of action. But I think the Angostura, yes, Nick, I would never forget you.
By the way, I did the cheers towards the camera because you were filming. We have a photographer here, so if you guys want to buy the photos, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I think that nuttiness probably a combo, right? Like from the Angostura and the rye. That rye has that dry heat, and then that.
Oh, that's right. I've forgotten that it was a rye.
Right, yeah. And then with the Ango, and then that aromatic part of the Marasca just sort of it kicks you to a high note before you come back down. So.
Oh yeah, I can definitely like compared to even the Manhattan, like the rye whiskey stands out on this one as well. I think I was interpreting it as nutty. I don't know why. Like that was what.
I can taste it too. It's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but like now that I know, like, oh yeah, it's rye whiskey. Like I do get some of those more spicy minty. I always get like a little bit of mint on a rye whiskey.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of
like the oiliness. Yeah.
But I think it's pairing with that cherry note as well.
This one in the book, in the recipe, it can get a lemon or a cherry. I forgot to put either, but
it's okay.
Still tastes good.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. Oh, it's I've never had one of these, so I'm glad to have a chance to try it.
You go to your craft cocktail bar that really likes making classic cocktails. You ask them for improved, they'll make you one. But
I'll give it a try now. Yeah. That's how you know it's like it's a good bar, right? Like if they don't know what I'm talking about, then they're like, no, they're not a legit bar.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. That'll be the test.
Yeah. So we have only about like 5 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let us know.
Absolutely.
My question is, you kind of tease a little bit of like what's next. I mean, do you guys have like anything coming up, or maybe events or something you guys are participating in, or anything you guys want to promote?
Totally. Yeah. Thank you. We've had some big news lately. We just got a double gold for this cocktail, the improved whiskey cocktail.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you, dude. Oh yeah. Solid. We just got a double gold for this in the San Francisco World Spirits Awards. That's the highest medal we've ever received. Feels weird talking about it,
No, go for it.
But we're super stoked on that. 70 judges all agreed that it gets a gold medal, and that's what gives us the double gold. So that was pretty cool. That was for the RTD cocktail category. So that was really cool. And then we just got a double gold or a gold for the Moscow Mule in the New York World Spirits Competition. So those are two cool things that have happened recently. As far as tastings go, we have a big launch coming up in October that we're really excited about, and that's to celebrate the double gold with the San Francisco Spirit Awards. So we'll go up there and we'll do a big activation with them at kind of like a larger tasting format.
Got it. Okay.
Convention kind of format.
Yeah.
So we've been doing some of that. We do pop up at a lot of stuff with like LA Mag, and we do a lot of events and cocktail events in LA. And later this year, we're going to be doing some cool parties in that. We have this awesome space that we're in now, our Knox and Dobson warehouse. It's like a 6,000 square foot warehouse in East Pasadena.
I was going to say, it's huge.
It's
like,
big, yeah. So for all of our friends, in LA and people coming through, we're going to do an event soon to like pop off with the Moscow Mule. So we'll definitely reach out to you, and if there's a way to, invite and kind of bring people together. Yeah, so we're always down. We're always doing things. We pop up. We do a lot of wet and dry tastings with accounts that we're already in.
Okay.
And we're down to go hit any accounts that people are like, yo, you guys should be at this hotel, and you send us the link. We're going to go follow up that lead. We follow up every lead, and also hit us up on Instagram. We're on Instagram at Knox and Dobson, spelled out KNOXANDDOBSON. And
I reposted their story earlier. By the way, make sure, go give them a follow. They're killing it.
That. We're very small. We're starting. It's like a team of 7 now. A year ago it was a team of 3, or no, a team of 4. So we really appreciate things like this, and all of you guys' support. So thank you.
So Joe's joined us a bit late. He's saying like, how much and where can I find it? So retail is around $15. It depends where you are. Joseph's in Washington State, which is a little difficult. Yeah, but you can
send it up there. Yeah,
really? Okay. State, But then thank you, Donnie, for dropping the link to the website there. Yeah, you can check it out there, see where they're available. You can actually also buy them on the website as well. Make sure everyone's saying hit the thumbs up before you leave. I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing the work for me. I appreciate that. So no, everyone's saying thank you for joining. Tony says, I hope to try these. Available in Chicago.
Not yet. Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry. From our website. Yeah.
Okay, was it nice?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thanks for shouting out Chicago. So, just a quick thing before we go.
Wait, is that a thing? I just thought it was a typo.
Yeah. No, well, so Knox and Dobson, we never discussed this.
Why didn't I ask that? That's a great question.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a good question. So, my partner Rob Levy and Leslie Levy. Rob grew up in Chicago on the corner of streets Knox and Dobson, Southside Chicago, and they, it's an area that him and his mates grew up together and played in the street and hung out. And we were trying to come up with a name for this brand. We had the recipes and we had the bottle design. We had everything, but we were trying to figure it out. And he just came to me one day and said, "What do you think about Knox and Dobson?" I didn't even know what it meant. And I just turned around and I was like, "Bro, that's it."
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
no, it's a great name.
That's it. That's what we're doing. So maybe one day we'll do a big block party on the street corners thing.
That's awesome. Well, if I was a better interviewer, I would have asked you that question earlier.
No, all good. And we still got to it though.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks to these guys in the chat. Well, if you're watching the chat live or if you're watching the replay, I know a lot of you guys catch it tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Peter, thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for sharing this with us. I can't wait to see what you guys are up to in the future. I can't wait to see these on the shelves. I need to start searching through my liquor stores here in Southern California. Check your local stores, check their website to find out where you can find this. But until next time, this has been Bourbon Bytes. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you guys. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I will see you next Thursday night. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm going to be on vacation the day after, so it might be a pretty chill stream, but, we'll see what we do. But, yes, if you guys want more streams like this, on locations, like I said earlier, a little bit harder to find out here in Southern California, but I love finding brands like this. And these guys have given me some recommendations from other places nearby, too. So we're going to have to check those out. But thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yes, I will see you Friday for the movie night, those of you that are on Patreon. And otherwise, cheers, and I will see you next live stream.
Cheers, man.
Yes, cheers.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bytes, whiskey reviews with a gaming twist. I'm Clifton, and today we have a very, very special guest joining us just here in a bit. We are welcoming Brandon Hunt from Bourbon Charity. We're going to talk about a few different things coming up, especially a raffle auction, not auction, but a raffle fundraiser they are doing coming up called Roses for Kids. So we're going to bring him on in just a second, but I do want to give a few shout outs before we get going. Shout out to our mods who are here in the chat. I saw y'all chatting earlier. Y'all, man, this is like the most y'all have talked before we even went live. Okay, so shout out to our mods, Brandon, of course, my buddy Brandon. We're going to do a stream here together real soon. Donnie the Linux Cat. Did I see Emily Chambers yet? Maybe not. No, I saw her in another chat. I'm getting confused, but welcome to them. I also want to give a couple of shout outs. Oh, there's the Bourbon Wrench. Trev Wilson, of course. Trev, let me know if you're not a mod under this account. I don't know if you changed accounts or not, but let me know. I will give you an official wrench on my channel. Also, I want to do a few patron shout outs. Welcome to several patrons I see here in the room. We see, oh, there's Emily Chambers. I saw you. Several patrons here in the room. We have, all right, Adriana Rodriguez, good to see you. We have This Is My Bourbon Podcast, who was live earlier tonight. If y'all missed his live stream, go check out the replay. I was also on his podcast this past week. So if you guys missed that, it was a really fun episode, especially if you're a patron of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Give that last call a listen because we got into some really, really heavy stuff, but it was a ton of fun. So good to see you here, Perry. I almost called you Brandon. I see Brandon chatting so much in the chat. We saw Lil joining us all the way from Australia. Lil, I know you have to go to work, but good to see you. Don Nishida. Awesome. Sugar Kitty, of course. I don't know if I gave you a shout out already, but welcome, Sugar Kitty. James Taylor, also a patron here of the show. So good to see y'all here on this Thursday night. So I do want to say that we are doing our after party hangout as usual following this stream. For everyone that is a patron at $10 and up, we always do these on Thursday nights. Just hang out, drink some whiskey, and just chat. It's always a fun time. So if you're considering becoming a patron, you can do that at patreon.com/bourbonbytes. Patrons also got a sneak preview at tomorrow's video. I did a review of a 24-year-old single cask nation Kentucky bourbon. So if you want a little sneak peek at that, you can join for as little as $2 a month. And as Zophar said, hey everyone. James Taylor says, hit that like button. Yes, y'all joining me just now. 32 people already. Holy crap, y'all are awesome. Hit that like button. It really does help out the channel here. But yeah, so like I said, single cask nation review coming out tomorrow. But if you're a patron, you get it early. So with that being said, with all that out of the way, I did the official stuff out of the way. Please join me in welcoming our guest, Brandon Hunt from Bourbon Charity. Welcome, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you. I've heard so much about Bourbon Charity, and I'm so excited to finally, meet the guy behind it. And you guys have some really, really cool stuff. First of all, where are you based?
We're out of Arizona, but I like to say we're nation worldwide. I mean, our organization, we have supporters that have donated from Australia to New York to here in Arizona. So we're all over the place.
That's awesome. So I'm in Southern California. So that's the reason I was like, wow, he's willing to work with my 7 o'clock time, because every time I talk with people in Kentucky for these streams, they're like, that's like 10 o'clock our time. That's way too late for us. We can't make it. So I have to take time off work and everything. So
yeah, no, this is perfect for me. I got, wife and kids, and the kids are on the home stretch before they go to bed. So no, this is perfect.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining. We do have our first super chat here tonight. Holy crap. Eric Waite says, get a haircut, you hippie. I assume he's talking to me. I just got a haircut. I haven't been able to get a haircut in forever because they've all been closed. So I had to do a full
you cut your own hair.
Kind of,
you cut your own
didn't.
Hair? No. You actually?
No. I went to my barber. He was set up like speakeasy style. Like he had to come in the back door, knock twice. Not really knock twice, but I guess they're officially not supposed to be open yet. So, but we'll appreciate that, Eric Waite. But I mean, Eric, wait, you don't have much hair to speak for. So, but cheers, Eric. Thank you so much for that. Cool. Well, I guess before we get started, one question I always like to ask people. My channel is kind of a blend of whiskey and gaming. So do you want to ask, do you have any games that you've been playing, or maybe something you grew up playing? Any favorites in your life?
So totally. Like I would say I'm a gamer. I'm not like a big gamer, but I'm a gamer. Sure. Like I've played video games my whole life, Atari on Ford. So recently my wife for Christmas got me the Oculus, and I have been obsessed with Top Golf, the putt aspect of the Top Golf game. And so like I am like dialed down to like, if I don't get eagle on a putt, like I am like playing the hole over again. So that's my go-to right now. I don't know. What about you? Have you played the Oculus? Any putt?
So I have the original Oculus Rift that came out like 3 or 4 years ago, honestly. So it's pretty like low tech compared to what you're working on now. But
way different.
Yeah, I get motion sick really easily, so that kind of messes with me a bit. But other than that, it's so cool. But I can't play it for more than 5 minutes at a time, honestly.
Yeah, well, check out a little putt action if you ever want to. You want to go around of 9 or 18 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm totally about it. Like, it's such fun, and it's so realistic. Your putt motion and everything. So if you I think upgrading to the newer version of the Oculus is, I'm like you. I used to have the old version back in the day when it first came out. The newer version is a totally different animal. It's worth the upgrade.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got to get in on that. I thought about buying it over Christmas because I had time off. I was like, do I need that? No, but now maybe you've just convinced me to get it. So, well, very, very cool. So I guess
it's that one game that you're like, oh, I'm gonna play the heck out of that game. It's definitely worth it.
That's awesome. Well, I guess before we get into Bourbon Charity and I guess how you got that started, let's get something in our glass. So so the theme for tonight is Wild Turkey. There are a few other things that I'm going to bring out, but Wild Turkey is the sponsor of your event that's coming up. It's actually happening now, right? You guys launched it a couple days ago?
Yeah, we just launched it on Monday or Tuesday this week, so just a few days ago.
Awesome. And we'll talk about that for sure. And lots of detail here tonight. But I'm just going to start with Wild Turkey 101. So this is an old bottle. This is a 2010 Wild Turkey 101. Big shout out to Brandon, who is here in the chat. He gave me this bottle. Really appreciate it. I love trying older Wild Turkey releases. Figured that was a pretty good one to start with here tonight. So what are you drinking on tonight?
I got the rare breed, the Wild Turkey rare breed. And this is one of my go-to. It's barrel proof. It's approachable. It's flavorful, like it's everything you'd want in a bourbon, and we're so happy to have Wild Turkey sponsor us, of course, and I'm just so happens that I'm a Wild Turkey fan, so this worked out well for us.
Big Wild Turkey fan here. I'm out of my rare breed, as you can tell. I'm a fan, but I did have the rare breed rye, so I'm going to pour that a bit here in a bit. So one quick shout out to Mr. Whiskey Shits with our next super chat here. Cheers, Misty Whiskey Shits. So good to see you here on these streams, and everyone else in the chat. Let me know what you guys are drinking, like keeping up with what y'all have in your glass. Hopefully you have some wild turkey. Surely you guys have wild turkey. I mean, if y'all follow the channel, y'all got wild turkey. So pour some turkey and enjoy the conversation. So go ahead and tell us about, I guess, how you got started. Like what inspired Bourbon Charity?
Yeah, so it happened a couple of years ago. We're not even 2 years old as an organization. My dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it was supposed to be a routine surgery, take out his prostate, good as new, but it turned into just a complete nightmare for my family. 30 days.
Wow.
My dad's and kicked his butt. Left him like do something. So hopefully other people, I was mid 30s, that their dads are hopefully going to outlive them. And I didn't know that, at the time for me. And so I was a big bourbon guy. I had a bourbon collection, and I had just sold one of my businesses and converted it to a little whiskey section in between this ping pong area we had. So I played ping pong one day, and this is really how it came about. I was like, you know what?
I think I lost you.
That love bourbon, and
did anyone else lose him? Oh, wait.
Back.
Sorry, I keep losing you. I'm sure if anyone in the chat is losing you too.
Well, you guys want to do the two, combine the two of the bourbon 501c. And I wonder how much money I can raise with my bourbon collection, and end up raising less than 90 days, $75,000. I'm like, what? There's a ton of people like me out there. There's a lot of people that love giving back, and bourbon, if it hits that I get bourbon while giving back, it's kind of a win-win. So just kind of doubled down on that. And in the last 2 years, we're at $1 million raised. We're over 8,000 donors. We're funded 4 water projects in Africa with Charity Water. We've done helped a community kitchen with Food Bank Louisville. We've done a teen center for the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, there's just so much stuff that we've been able to accomplish in the last year and a half that's just amazing. And that's kind of how it all started. Is I got to do something here a little bit better than just writing a check to support prostate cancer research. And it just turned into everyone joining on board. Is okay, let's run with this idea.
That's awesome. You were breaking up a bit there, so not sure if everyone caught that. They did say that in the chat, so they were having some issues. I'm not sure if you're on Wi-Fi or something that could be adjusted. If not, you're fine now. So it just it cut out for a good 20 seconds there.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I just want to see if maybe it's something you could adjust on your end that could fix it. If not, we can just roll with it. But just in case. Cool. Well, tell us about the Roses for Kids. I mean, how did that get started? Is this the first? You guys obviously probably done that before, right?
Yeah. So we did it last year, and last year was a little different just because before we launched the Roses for Kids fundraiser, we had the Australian bushfires that broke out. I don't know if you recall this in 2000. And was that 20? Yeah, very beginning of 2020, the Australian bushfires broke out, and we're like, well, shoot, we have this scheduled fundraiser, but Australia needs us right now. The koalas need us, the firefighters over there need us. So we just did a little pop-up fundraiser there to support the firefighters, Wildlife Victoria there with koalas and kangaroos, and we ended up raising $35 grand. We did this fundraiser, Roses for Kids, raised another 35. So we raised $80,000 last year around this time. And so we're looking to build on that momentum, hopefully raise anywhere north of $125,000 to support 5 amazing kids-based charities that really need us. And we've been collaborating with some of these nonprofits Children's Tumor Foundation, for example. We sponsor their whole a winter and summer boot camp they have for their kids there. So we're providing the blankets and some of the materials for them to host these virtual events with Phoenix Children's Hospital. With this event, we're actually putting in. This is really cool. Anyone that's ever been to the hospital will appreciate this. It's like the little kiosk system that's like in the entry waiting area, so that you can play like, Scrabble. You can play like different kids games. You can play card games. Like, so now they're putting all these kiosks in for these kids hospitals in different areas. So the parents, the children, they have something to do while they're waiting. And so that's some of the money that if you're donating this year to our Roses for Kids fundraiser, that's the impact that money is going to have this year.
That's awesome. I was going to share my screen just to show the website real quick. Let me get that pulled up because I'll show off the organizations you guys are sponsoring. So Wild Turkey is the sponsor this year. How did that relationship come to be?
Well, we're always putting out feelers to different distilleries. We're looking to expand kind of our organization, and Wild Turkey has been a very generous organization. And when they heard what we're trying to do for these different children's organizations, they were all about being on board, helping support us with different bottles and in-kind donations, where it just made sense that they believed in what we're doing in this community and wanted to be a part of it.
That's awesome. I mean, I think it's really great that these big brands are willing to get behind such a cause. I mean, I think I don't see enough giving in the bourbon. I see giving in the bourbon world in terms of sharing bottles, but I really love finding these niche causes. I mean, there was someone in the whiskey, he's actually in the whiskey Instagram community, not really my specialty, but we raised money for his cancer fund, and they raised so much money. It's just when people come together in the whiskey community, it's fantastic. So I love seeing more of it. It's basically what I'm saying. So this is such a cool cause to me, and I really love what you guys are doing with it.
Oh, exactly. And that's the beauty of it. Like, this organization's taken on, a being of its own. Like, now, like, the people that donate to the charity, they vote on the causes and the organizations that we're donating to. It's not me. It's not the board of directors making a decision on who these grants are going to that we're raising this money for. It's people that donate to the charity that support us, that they're saying, okay, hey, I donate to you. I give, $100 or $200 a year to you guys. Like, I would like to see this going to this children's hospital or this military nonprofit or whatnot. So it's really cool seeing it take a life of its own, and the community coming together saying, this is what we're doing, and this is who we're supporting.
For sure. So I did want to say, so for those of you that are interested in donating, I put a link in the chat over there and then in the description down below. If you use the link, it's a referral link. So you will get 100 tickets if you donate using the link, in addition to whatever you get from the amount you donate. So just a way for you guys to give back if you're curious and you want to win some of these amazing prizes, which we're about to talk about in a bit. Y'all got some awesome prizes this year. So if y'all are considering donating, definitely check out the links below. You'll get 100 extra entries into the raffle, which is pretty cool. So, let's talk prizes. So not only do you have some awesome bottles, you guys have some like gaming consoles. So perfect fit for the channel here. Yeah. So I'll share my screen again just so we can show off some of these awesome bottles. So first of all, how did you come across these bottles? First of all, is what I want to know, because you got some really cool stuff here.
Yeah. I wish I told you I had Julian Van Winkle on my speed dial, or, the head of Buffalo Trace, that I could just be like, hey, we need a couple Pappies and a OFC or whatever here and there. Unfortunately, we don't have Pappy Van Winkle or Julian Van Winkle on our speed dial, but we do have a bunch of good retailers that like to work with us because we're a nonprofit. Even though they know they can get secondary pricing for these bottles, they do give us decent deals. But yeah, we're like anyone else. We don't have these special hookups. We don't have this or that. We pay too much, in which we want to like try to fix. Hopefully we'll have those relationships where we're making more donations to the nonprofits that we support than having to pay 10 times for a Pappy. But we're getting there.
Yeah, I was just slowly scrolling down the list of like the different bottles. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, y'all got some really awesome stuff. Not only do you, which I think these higher ones unlock at different amounts that you guys raise, correct? Like the
Right.
Pappy 15, Pappy 20, and Michter's 20. Oh man, that Michter's 20 to win that. Holy crap.
Well, here's like a little secret. They're gonna unlock no matter how much we raise. So it's just it's a little something we put up there just to see what happened. I don't even know our legals. Like, I don't think you can do that. We're like, we're gonna give it away anyway. They're like, okay, you can do that. So we're like,
it makes sense. I see why. I mean,
yeah.
So for those of you that are curious, if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, first of all, hashtag replay squad in the comments down below. I see y'all. I love y'all. So this entries are available. They're open now. So you can donate today. Available until February 14th, hence the name Roses for Kids with Valentine's Day. End of day, February 14th is the last chance to put a donation and a chance to win these prizes. And then you guys are drawing it the following week, right? The 19th? Yeah.
Correct, on a Friday. So it gives you ample time. I don't know about anyone else, but for me, like Valentine's Day, like I don't need anything, maybe a little hug and kiss from my loved ones. But other than that, like if I know I'm spending $10 and I might have the chance to win a Michter's 20 or a Pappy 20 or something like that, and I know it's going to support like St. Jude or Texas Children's Hospital, it's definitely a win-win either way for sure.
That's awesome. I just want to shout out Lava Man just said he donated $60. So awesome. Thank you so much, Lava Man. I'm sure they really appreciate that. So like I said, these are some awesome bottles. So glad to hear that, you guys entering now, you still get a shot at those really rare bottles. But you guys have some good too. So I have a few of these that we're going to be drinking tonight. I did want to go to the rare breed because that's what you were drinking right now. So I have the rare breed rye. So funny enough, rare breed and rare breed rye. So let me pour the rye. I've been really loving this. Have you had a chance to try the rye yet?
I love the rye, and I tell a lot of people this. Like, I'm more of a cocktail drinker than I am actually a neat or on the rocks kind of guy. And this might be a little like taboo for you.
Yeah. We love cocktails here. We actually had a guest on 2 Saturdays ago, and she made a bunch of really cool cocktails. So no, totally appreciate a cocktail here.
So you give me an old fashioned, and like so earlier tonight I made actually an old fashioned with that wild turkey rare breed rye, and I like a rye more in my old fashioned cocktail, and like that's kind of my go to. Like I enjoy that old fashioned before dinner or something like that, because I think it's just so there's so many different options you can do with it, and so many different experiments you can do with finishes and bitters and stuff. So I don't know. That's my go-to. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love a good cocktail. I actually, I'm pretty 50-50, like whether just neat pours or cocktails. I know a lot of people that do this, like they're strictly, no, must drink it neat, no ice, nothing like that. I'm very open-minded. I mean, my channel is called Bourbon Bytes, but I do Scotch sometimes. I do Irish whiskey. So I just love variety. And I think that's one of my favorite things that I do with this channel is it's not just strictly one thing, Steve Frosty says a Kentucky hug and kiss on Valentine's Day is fine for me. So are you from Arizona or are you from somewhere else?
No, I'm from Kentuckiana originally. So Kentuckiana is at Indiana. So Kentuckiana originally went to Indiana University and just picked a spot at the map, and after college moved out to Arizona and just kind of made that happen. And definitely have the bourbon roots there from Kentuckiana, and just like I love bourbon, and like I said, I just had an opportunity to see if people were out there that wanted to raise money with bourbon and join me on this journey, and it's been incredible.
That's awesome. We have a lot of folks here in the chat, and also just maybe watching the replay that are from that same area. We have a lot of friends in Fort Wayne, Indiana area.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of people in that community. So lots of people donating. Brandon says he just donated. Hey, the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah, I mean, I haven't sent my donation yet, but I will be following this stream. But I want to talk a bit about it first. So yeah, that's really cool. So do you guys typically, in non-COVID times, do you guys do physical like events, like fundraisers like that?
So this is the interesting thing about our organization. Like we started like basically when COVID started, really. We've kind of grown more on the online, more digital, like online fundraising route, which has really helped our growth and been great for us. But we haven't had any kind of in-person events, which actually you think about from a nonprofit perspective, we're very low overhead, low cost, so we can contribute a lot to the organizations we support. You start getting those in-person events, you have a lot of costs that go into that. So right now we operate at like 92% that we give back to the organizations we support. So it's a huge amount that we are looking to actually get to 100% within the next 4 to 5 months, just because of the way we're structured, and we don't have a lot of those overhead costs and the costs associated with doing a lot of in-person events where you're unfortunately not raising as much for charitable causes as you would hope to.
Sure. Eric, wait, I sorry I missed your comment. He says he donated $50 to the charity and mentioned my channel in the comments. Well, appreciate that, Eric. Also, Eric Wade has an awesome channel. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, definitely go check it out. I appreciate that so much, and I know they appreciate it on their end too. So, well, that's awesome. I mean, I was doing a bit of research on you guys. You guys have like a membership thing that kind of helps offset the cost of that?
So we have Bourbon Hood. So basically when this charity seemed like it was going to be a very viable thing where we could raise a lot of money for a lot of causes and other nonprofits, we're like, well, we need to become a 100% public donation nonprofit charity, meaning that if we take $10 in, we're giving $10 out. If we take $100 in, we're giving $100 out to the causes that we support. And running a nonprofit, it's expensive. You have a lot of licensing, legal fees. You have the audited 990s and financials you have to do. So we looked as like, how is there a way that we can become 100% public donation charity? And so the solution was Bourbon Hood. And so Bourbon Hood is people that donate anywhere from $10 all the way up to $100 a month, knowing that it goes to our overhead and operating expenses. So unfortunately, like I said, we don't have Julian Van Winkle on our speed dial. So we're paying, $2,000 for that bottle of Pappy. So Bourbon Hood members are contributing to that cost. So when we do these big fundraisers where some of these prizes are costing us anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. We're raising $100,000. We can give anywhere from 92% to 100% to those organizations that we support, and we're getting there. We're in less than 10 months. We're at 490 people strong here for Bourbon Hood members. So we're getting there, and I'm confident. Like, we'll have those conversations with Buffalo Trace and the who's who of like, hey, can we get that? Can we get that Pappy at retail? Can we get that OFC? I know we'll get there. We're on the right path, but Bourbon Hood is how we're getting there.
Yeah, another donation here, which, I mean, you guys appreciate y'all donate. Y'all don't have to tell me every time, trust me. I mean, we appreciate it, but appreciate y'all telling me, though. Definitely will give you a shout out on the stream if you donate. So, hey, if that gives you a reason to donate, then you get your comment featured. By the way, check out the Mash Bill's channel. He just launched his YouTube channel, so go check him out. So in addition to prizes, especially talking about paying a bit more for prizes than retail, right. I know you guys have some PS5s and Xbox Series X there. So how did this happen? Tell us.
Oh, what? We always want to make everything interesting, make different for our donor base, for people that support us. Like, how are we not standing still? Like, we're thinking of different ways to give back, not only to the charities we support, whether it's a kiosk in the entry room of when you walk into Phoenix Children's Hospital, but it's like, how do we make Bourbon Hood members? How do we do barrel picks for you guys? How do we do cool things that keep you interested? And people that are giving to our fundraisers, like we love bourbon, we love gaming, right? Like, let's throw in some PS5 and Xbox and Oculus, and we're looking forward to the future where it's like, okay, on our Father's Day fundraiser, let's throw in a Michael Jordan jersey or shoes autographed, or a Kobe jersey, or how can we expand outside of bourbon and grab these other cool special interests into our community and really embrace them and add them into prizes.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you know, Roses for Kids, giving back to children's hospitals. Why not offer a chance to have a PS5? I mean, we actually got lucky with our PS5. We weren't planning on pre-ordering it, actually. We were still debating, like, is it worth getting it at this point? We randomly checked it one day, and it was like, pre-order available. I think it was on Walmart or something. And we're like, well, might as well. So we actually got one. Now, I'm almost wondering, like, should we have flipped that for double the profit? But again, I'm not into flipping things like that.
That or Pappy, right? It's like,
yeah.
He's like, what would you pay for? I'm like, it's cheaper than what we had to pay for the Pappy. So
yeah. So in addition to the PS5, they also have the Xbox Series X, like you were talking about, the Oculus Quest 2, which if you guys haven't tried VR, it's so much fun. It's totally worth trying out. Nintendo Switch, NES Classic. Now, you said you grew up on Atari. Did you have like a Nintendo system growing up?
Oh, for sure I did. How about you?
Yeah, so my first console myself was a Super Nintendo. I played so many games. I still, on my channel, I still do a bunch of Super Nintendo games just because I'm so nostalgic about that, you know, from my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have Atari though. I didn't have a Atari or like a Sega Genesis, so I missed out on like.
Oh wow.
Games. So I was Nintendo all the way until I had like a PS1, and then I had a PS2. So, but I grew up Nintendo only.
Right on. So have you? So you've got the PS5. Have you been playing it?
Honestly, though, there's not that many games for PS5. That's the only thing. I mean, yeah, we've been playing some like PS4 games on it, and we have like 1 or 2 PS5 games. But honestly, I think it makes sense for most people to just wait. You know, if you're going to buy, especially if you're going to pay secondary. Did I just say secondary prices for a PS5? pay secondary prices for PS5. I would say hold off. I'm sure the demand will, you know, decrease and the supply will go up a bit. But I mean, I'm sure there's some awesome games coming soon for it. I've seen some of the trailers, and I'm really excited for the future of it. I think we just adopted a little too early. Which, I mean, you said you had an early edition Oculus too, right? We adopted a little early with that because like VR did not catch on until like recently.
Yes, but you knew like where it was going just to see the tech, and it's fun to see it now compared to where it was and how much it's progressed. And you're not tethered to a computer, and like it's fun to see the progress. And I love that, whether it's in the industry for whether it's the bourbon, and see where we're going with some of the interesting finishes and collaborations that's going on right now, to you know how the Oculus has progressed in the last 3 or 4 years.
For sure. So Donnie just put a link. So Donnie, actually, if you would copy the link from my description down below, that's the link that'll get people the extra $100 or not $100, 100 tickets to the raffle. So if you want to post that one instead, that's probably the better link, just to give them a little bonus just for being here tonight and celebrating with us. So awesome. Well, dang. What else do you guys do? Like, so in addition to this event, do you have any others that you do year to year?
Yeah, so we do 5 primary fundraisers throughout the year, and then we do different fundraisers, whether it's bingo night, that we'll probably have one here in late February, supporting charity water. We're going to hopefully raise enough money to do a water project there in Ethiopia. We have just random pop-ups, like I said, with Australian bushfires. So we'll probably do 10 to 15 different fundraisers throughout the year. So if you guys want to follow us on social media, at Bourbon Charity on Insta or Facebook, you can just check us out, see what we're doing. You can sign up for Bourbon Hood. That way you're automatically entered into our major fundraisers. So you get automatic ticket entries into those fundraisers for you to participate and join in on us.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, definitely give them a follow. He put his link there. I guess I'll pour some more whiskey. I mean, let's go back to our list. Yeah. What are some of your prizes you got going on? Let me pull it up. I just posted the link.
Smoke Wagon or Weller or Stag. I mean,
what do you have? Do you have any of those nearby to pour and drink along with, or stick to the
You tell me. I have a stockpile.
Well, I haven't done Smoke Wagon on the channel in a while. If you want to grab your Smoke Wagon, yeah.
You're with me.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, Smoke Wagon. Now I actually haven't had this on the channel in a good bit. I had the small batch, which was not the small batch like the Sorry, I didn't have the small batch. They have like a base level one that's like $24. I've had that on the channel. I did a full review of it. But they also have another small batch that I haven't tried. That one's about 50. This one's about 65, 70-ish. When you see it, now it's gone kind of viral. So you probably don't have much luck finding this, which again, another way to get your hands on a bottle is by entering the Bourbon Charity Raffle, which like I said, I put the link there. It's in the description below. It's pinned. So definitely try that link. Just to make sure, I just want to make sure you guys get your bonus entries. And I hate for you to do that, expecting to get them and not get them. So that's why click my link there in the chat, in the description down below, just to make sure you guys get those. So yeah, you got your smoke wagon. So you're in Arizona, so you can probably get it pretty easily, kind of like I can for the most part, right?
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gotten harder though. I think it's kind of caught on. People are starting to be like, "Ooh, wait, that's good stuff."
It is. We were part of a joint private pick early on in 2020, and it wasn't a big thing. Like, and actually, surprisingly, it didn't sell out like the first weekend. It sold out. It took 5 days instead of 2 days, which was kind of weird. But yeah, it was Smoke Wagon is a private pick, 12-year MGP, and it's still one of my favorite. Josephine is there was 2 different barrel picks. One was Josephine, was Abigail, and I'm an MGP guy. I love
me too.
And that 12-year, especially if you can get like I like a little higher rye, a little more spice in my MGP, and so Josephine was like my flavor profile. And so, yeah, there's very few of those left. And Smoke Wagon's not like what it used to be. Like a year ago, Smoke Wagon was like, crypto before it was like popular.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, in Southern California, it just sat on the shelves. Even the barrel select, like the single barrels, and what is the super rare ones now is like the I forgot the name of it, but it's like the there's a special name. It's like silver something. I think someone on the chat will know what I'm talking about. But what's it, a 12-year pick? Holy crap! What did that sell for? Like when you guys had that pick, like what was the price?
It was like right around $100.
And now, just think without. I mean, dang.
Oh, it was going on secondary for like $400+ bucks.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, so I really would like to try more Smoke Wagon. I wish I would have had that realization a year ago when I could get it. But yeah, no, the uncut unfiltered, it's not age stated, right? It's like maybe not. I believe this is like only like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes like a 6-year, which is perfectly fine with me. Like I said, like you and I talked about, like we're not bourbon snobs. Like I like a good bourbon. Like, and this is solid. Like there's, I don't think it's 6 years, 8 years. I don't know what it says, but it's good.
Yeah, did want to give a shout out to I Whiskey She Wines joining us here in the chat. I Whiskey She Wines is an awesome another YouTube channel. They just restarted their live streams. Definitely go check them out. Sam and Bobby are such awesome people. Love them so much. Brandon, not you, Brandon, other Brandon. Brandon wanted to ask you, have you tried any other older MGP releases like the old Carters?
Love old Carters. Yeah, I do. I love them all. Like just like if you can get me any of the older MGP stuff, like I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, so my Brandon, that sounds weird. This Brandon, he is obsessed with old Carter. He like collects them.
Really?
Yeah, he's a huge old Carter fan, which I don't blame him. It's delicious stuff. Awesome. So I did see. Wait, there's someone else I want to give a shout out to. Oh yeah, the Rock Gut Review. So Rock Gut Review does a live stream right before mine. So definitely for those of you that missed his stream, go check it out. He had a really cool discussion about finished whiskeys, like whether those should be considered, bourbons, or they have their own title. Well, Brandon, question for you. What is your opinion on finished whiskeys?
I don't care. Like if they taste good, that's all that matters to me. So like it's not for me to decide. Like I just decide if I like it or not, and I like it. So if they want to call it bourbon or finished bourbon, like I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it was a really interesting conversation because a lot of people were talking about like awards, like best whiskey of so and so. Do you include finished whiskeys? Which is an interesting topic because it's debatable. So Ed from the Rock Gut Review, you and I should talk about that sometime in the future. Sorry I couldn't make your stream tonight. But yeah, if y'all missed that, go check that out. Cool. Well, I'm loving this. I'm just enjoying this uncut unfiltered. It's really good. So you guys, do you ever do picks for Bourbon Charity?
Yeah, so we did.
Was that with Bourbon Charity?
Yeah, so we did 8 or 9 picks last year, where $15 from every bottle that we sold went to the nonprofit that we were supporting. So I'm going to say probably around $20,000 or $30,000 from our picks last year went to whatever nonprofits we were supporting, and that's through the Bourbon Hood. So if you join Bourbon Hood, you'll get first dibs on those picks. We have online distribution through Mash and Grape, which I think they distribute to like 30 or 40 states. So we're able to get pretty good distribution to people that want our picks, want to participate in our picks as well.
That's awesome. Well, Mashbill just said he joined the Bourbon Hood just now. So you got a new member for the Bourbon Hood. That's awesome, Mashbill.
Yes.
That sounds like a really awesome. I need to check that out after this stream. That sounds really, really cool.
Awesome.
So what kind of picks do you guys do? Like you just said the Smoke Wagon. Other distilleries that you guys, have done picks for?
Yeah, so we've done a lot of barrel picks. We've done, we have a, let's see, we have a Buffalo Trace coming out. We've had Iron Root. We have a Mary, I want to say Mary Jane, but it's not Mary Jane. What's the name of the Mary Window Jane?
Oh, Widow Jane. Yes.
Widow Jane. Yes, we have a pick of Widow Jane coming out here pretty soon. Starlight Distillery, we've done stuff on site with them. Just a lot of different organizations that want to drink for a change with us, and we're just looking at, hey, if we can bake in $15 for charity for each bottle that's sold, it makes taking a sip even better when like 50 cents, $1 every sip you take go to charity. So it's a fun thing.
So you said that the people in the Bourbon Hood get first access to those bottles, or do you work with like store partners? How does that work?
Yeah, so Bourbon Hood is, first access to being able to not only pick it with us. So we ask the distillers, like if they're sending samples, like we need 2 or 3 extra samples to send to Bourbon Hood members that we, auction off at random, be able to participate. And yeah, they're able to, purchase the bottles from our, online retailer, Mash and Grape, or if they're local here in Arizona, they can purchase from a store here. But yeah, first dibs on being able to get access to some of these barrel picks.
That's awesome. Well, that gives me more incentive to sign up. I love that you guys are doing that. I think it makes a lot of sense because, like you said, you want to get to the point where you guys are giving 100% of money raised to the charities, which I think that's, that should be everyone's goal. Honestly, you should give 100% to the causes. So the way that you guys have structured that to like make that happen is really, really, inspiring, honestly.
And we've got to find a way to get back to our people that give us 10, 15, $20 a month towards our goal. And it's like, how do we do that? Well, okay, let's do barrel picks for you guys. Let's do like opportunities to only drink with the master distiller and have them talk about a new product. So we're looking at a lot of different ways to add value to Bourbon Hood members, just to give back to you guys for giving us the money that we need to operate as a charity. And so it doesn't stop with the barrel picks. It's like, what other value can we bring to you guys that you're bringing to us?
Absolutely. Well, I was just going back to your list of what you guys have for auction. So I kind of skimmed over this earlier. I shouldn't have, but Weller Foolproof and George T. Stagg, both very hot, heavily sought after Buffalo Trace products, in addition to the Pappy. We talked about the Pappy, but can't forget these two. I guess for the next one I'm going to pour, I do have a Weller Foolproof. This is a store pick of it. Do you have a bottle of this?
Oh, wow. I don't, but I will enjoy watching you enjoy it.
Well, I wanted to check because you said you were into bourbon before all this. So I guess, how did you get into that? How did you start collecting, and how many bottles do you have? Or do you want to know? Do you not want to know how many bottles you have?
No, I'm actually not as bad as most of you people are. So I don't feel as bad. I have more of the very collector's items bourbon, I guess. Like I have Pappy from the 1970s and stuff like that. The real old stuff where I'm more of I would look at an investor saying, okay, what's this going to be worth, 25 years from now versus, the stuff right now that I have that's, the current Pappy or any of the current stuff is like, I'm going to donate my stuff to the charity long term, even if it's the Pappy from 1974 and stuff. Like, it's eventually all going to go to the charity, whether it goes now or later. But I have a lot of stuff, and I don't drink the good stuff. I mean, I do drink the good stuff. Like, this to me is the good stuff. I don't need a Pappy 20 or anything crazy like that to make me feel good about my whiskey drinking. So I'll just stick to the Wild Turkey rare breed, and you know, we can raise, you know, $100,000 plus with the Pappy stuff. That's fine with me.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. About 90% of the stuff I own is all just like, you know, 60 and less. That's literally the majority of what I drink. Brandon was asking which pick of Weller this is. This is the SoCal Wine and Spirits. Yes, I have two. Again, not trying to brag, but they hit Southern California pretty hard. Did you guys see in Arizona, did you guys see a surge of the Weller Foolproof?
We did, yeah. So luckily, this is one of the opportunities. We had a good retailer here in Phoenix, and they did a barrel pick, and they were like, "Hey, we'll let the charity buy 4 of them." And they were $200 a piece, but you know, more than what they probably should have been. But hey, that's way better than what we can get them anywhere else. So it was a win for us. It was great for the retailer. It was a great pick. So win all the way around.
Yeah. Well, so I was saying that my review that I'm posting tomorrow, which I mentioned that patrons got early access to, I bought the new Single Cask Nation 24-year-old pre-fire bourbon, which was the most expensive bottle I've ever bought. So that tells you something again.
Like $400, $500? How much?
No, it was $295.
$295. Yeah.
So I'm cheap. I buy cheap stuff. So, but when I saw that it was a 24-year-old pre-fire, which interpret that how you will, they don't say what the distillery is, but definitely watch my video tomorrow for those of you that are curious. There's some hints as to what that distillery is. I just knew that it was such a cool story and such a cool bottle. I knew I'd never get my hands on it again. I was like, I'll splurge a bit. I mean, because that was almost double the most I've ever paid for a bottle. So I don't envy the people that are buying like expensive scotches, because I know scotch is way more expensive in general. Yeah. But I've never actually thought about it from your viewpoint. So you buy, like you said, 1970s Pappy, which is freaking awesome. So you think of it, you do it more of as an investment, not necessarily, you know, even if it's
what do you think about it? No, I'm an investor. Like, I invest in, you know, real estate, stock, you know, cryptocurrency, fine, you know, art, bourbon. Like, it's all a play on scarcity. I mean, I you know, just getting on business. Like, I think, you know, inflation will set in, asset appreciation will creep in. And I think a lot of these bottles from, you know, they're not making anymore will be worth a lot down the road. I think you look at Japanese whiskey, you've seen the prices, some of that fetches. If I'm a betting person, I'm going to go with the blue chip. I'm going to go with the Pappy and bourbon. And I think it's going to be worth, you know, quite a bit down the road, you know, and it's not what's it worth in, you know, 3-4 years. It's what's it worth in, you know, 30-40 years.
Yeah, it's already got that age on it. So, well, since you're speaking of stocks and stuff, what's your thoughts on everything going on with GameStop and all that? Any thoughts on that?
I did try to get in GameStop. Robinhood shut me out.
Oh no, you were one of the people. Oh, no, were affected by that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm not a trader. I'm a long-term investor, so I buy and hold. You know, I love seeing the power going into the little guy over Wall Street. I love seeing this ability to combat some of the short strategy that Wall Street's been able to do and be able to dictate, you know, profit making. So now, you know, seeing some of the power in the little guy's hand, you know, Mike Tyson's child. You want a little, you know, Joe guy to like punch him out. Like, I'm all about the little guy. So yeah, I love it, and big supporter of the little guy.
That's awesome. So I dabbled. So I do like investing just like in the long term, like you said, like more like, you know, mutual fund kind of things. But like I tried to get in on cryptocurrency back when Bitcoin was having its surge. What was it, like a year or two ago?
Like 2 years ago, probably.
Yeah, and I didn't buy at the height. Okay, I wasn't that bad, but I still bought it when it was going up. I was like, oh, I got to get in on this. And then, of course, as soon as it went up, it immediately just went.
Don't tell me it's cool, though.
Yeah, I lost like $1,500, which again, I was just investing fun money. It wasn't. I knew that I was willing to lose it, and that's kind of what it was about. So once I learned from my lesson there, I'm like, you know what? I saw the GameStop thing going up. I was like, nope, not doing that again. so I skipped that. I skipped that one. But
wait, if you held on to that Bitcoin, it'd be worth way more now. So,
and not just that, but I had it was Ethereum.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what? I got so annoyed and stressed out with watching that I literally sold it. I didn't sell it low. That one I didn't. I only lost like $200. But it was
like,
back. It was like flatlining, and I was like, I'm tired of the stress. It's causing me way too much stress. So I sold it. But then I see like now it just surged. I'm like, damn it! I'm like, I should have just held it.
So actually, we've talked about that as a charity because I'm always like, how do we get interest in what we're doing, from a fundraiser perspective? And so this was like, let's throw in the PS5, let's throw in the Oculus, let's throw in all these gaming units. So it's like, what if we threw in like you could win a half Bitcoin or a quarter Bitcoin or 100 Ethereum or like crypto? Like, does crypto play into this like narrative of like hot and cool and different, and the chance to win is, I don't know. We've been kicking it around, and I don't know the right answer if it's right for the charity or not. But the thought is just like, how can we raise as much money as possible? That's like the end goal. And it's like, does having a theme, gaming or crypto or sports memorabilia, help us achieve that? I don't know.
I mean, it's an interesting thought process. Well, apparently Dogecoin is up to 4 pennies. Last time I saw it, I thought it was less than half a penny. So that's probably a good sign. Again, again, and then Sugar Kitty says, if you stress at all, no way you want to be in crypto. Yeah,
that's true.
That's my thing. I was like, you know what? I'll take my losses and not try to make a profit as long as it doesn't cause me as much stress. Because again, I hate watching. I'm like, no, I'm out. Not to say I don't invest, but when it's things like that are so volatile, it's just not for me.
Well, and you got to look at it as like it should only be like 5-10% of your actual portfolio.
Sure.
So like if it's like the tail end of your portfolio, then you don't stress about it as much as hopefully what the point of it is.
Yeah. Well, I will say this Weller Foolproof, man, every time I go back to it, I love it more and more. I mean, I've had a few different ones, not on my own. I have some very generous friends out here in Southern California. We actually had a meetup, which it sounds like we have so much money. We don't. We had a meetup where we all brought like Weller Foolproofs. We had like literally like 7 of them, just trying them, comparing and finding the best pick. And this was one of my favorites. I'm really glad. That's why I've been very slowly drinking this bottle. But really, I mean, what they did with that, I wish there was more of it. That's always the case with Buffalo Trace. Although to be fair, like Weller 107, like that's pretty good too. So, I mean, how is distribution out in your area in Arizona? I know I stopped at a liquor store in Arizona. I drove to the Grand Canyon for over Christmas because we had to cancel I'm actually from South Carolina. We had to cancel our travel home because we didn't want to fly, and we have older family members and stuff like that. So we were like, you know what? It's just us. We're just going to drive to the Grand Canyon because why not? So we drove through Arizona. We went to this little liquor store. What is the town right outside of between Vegas and Grand Canyon in Arizona? What is it? It's like
not there's a lot of like
it was I'm gonna look it up now.
Towns up there in that area there.
Yeah, I gotta find it now because it was the smallest little town. It's like, you know what? I bet they got some good selections in their liquor store. Let me. I'm literally just scrolling right now. I'm like, where was this?
I'll be curious what you come up with over there.
Oh yeah, it was near Kingman, I think.
Kingman, okay, Kingman.
Yeah, so I think that was probably. Honestly, probably. It was a small like little town. Like I felt so out of place because I went to this liquor store. And I literally felt like the only one that wasn't a local there. It was crazy. It was such a tiny place, but they didn't have any they did have some rare bottles, but I assume they were probably gonna charge way too much for it. But they did have a George Remus, which I've never seen out here in Southern California. One of the Repeal Reserves, which actually again MGP George Remus is an MGP brand. They had batch 3, and I'd only tried batch 4, so I'm like, it was like $55. I was like, hell yeah! So I consider that win. Not necessarily the best score, but you got to check your small stores. That's what I recommend.
You do. I'm not the bourbon hunter guy. I'm the internet guy. I'm the it ships from California to Arizona at my doorstep or whatever.
Gotcha.
But Arizona, it's probably like any other state. We don't get enough allocation. There's you're not going to get the allocated bourbon unless you're either have a heads up or you're at Costco, at the right time.
Oh man, the Costco drops are the worst because it's like they have to have an insider. Because I hear about those and I hear people are lining up at Costco, and that never happens. No one lines up at Costco before they open, but it's always when they have the drops of the really rare stuff. And
yeah, and I'm I don't know, I'm too old for that. Like,
and honestly, I really don't see. I honestly don't. I spend more money buying. I spend more money buying the rare beats of the world. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, I guess, is there any, last comments, anything else you want to say about the Roses for Kid charity or anything you guys have coming up after that? Now's the time to give a shout out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say, I guess, to a lot of you guys that are listening, hopefully you like what you're hearing. Hopefully you just follow us. We're not trying to get you to donate this second, but follow along our journey, see what we're up to, see what we're about, see our dedication to become 100% public donation charity. We're determined we're going to get there seriously in probably in the next 6 months.
Oh, awesome.
We just look forward to doing as much good as possible and having this community take this charity to new heights and do as much good as possible. So it'll be a fun ride for sure.
I mean, the community. I've seen the other channels that help promote it in the past. I'm like, you're in good company. You're really well connected, I would say, in the whiskey community. And having someone like Wild Turkey again being the sponsor for the event is really, really cool. So, like you said, if you guys want to follow them, their name is down there. Follow them at Bourbon Charity. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. Y'all are probably pretty much everywhere. That's just where I've seen you guys. But awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Brandon. Like I said, if you guys are just now tuning in, the link is down below. You can get 100 bonus tickets to the raffle if you click it and donate using that link. I'm going to be donating right after this stream. But again, Brandon, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, this is really cool. I'm really excited for what you guys are doing with this.
Thank you so much, Clifton. I appreciate you so much for having me on and just taking the time out of your day to talk charity with me.
Awesome. Well, for those of you in the chat that are patrons, we're going to do the after party hangout right after this. So y'all head to the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, anyone, just go to bourbonbytes.com. You can become a member. You don't have to be a patron. You can just hang out there and just chill with us and chat video games and whiskey. Well, thank you so much, Brandon. And until next time, this has been Bourbon Bytes. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bytes. I'm Clifton, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream. We have some very special guests joining us here in just a little bit from Bourbon Charity. I've had them on before, or I've had the charity on before, so it's really awesome that they are doing a Support Our Troops fundraiser this Labor Day weekend. So I will bring them on in just a second, but first of all, I got to give some shout outs to the amazing mods that I already see here in the chat. What's up, Brandon and Donnie? Hope you guys are doing well. I also see some patrons, some Byte Club members. Thank you all so much for showing up tonight. I know there's a few other channels that are live still. I know Jason's doing a barrel pick, which is really exciting. So hopefully maybe those people come over after. We'll see, or if they're watching the replay. Lots of good info here tonight about this fundraiser that they're doing. I have lots and lots of info down in the description. So make sure to check that out, whether you're watching the replay or you're watching this live, including a link to the actual giveaway for this fundraiser. So like I said, it's going to be a fun night. I'm actually going to have some special guests even later on in the evening. I'm actually inviting on a bunch of service members and veterans from the Whiskey Tube community. So I hope to see a few faces, familiar faces that you guys may know, some you may not know. So they all have the link. If you guys know someone that, is a service member, please shoot me a message on on Discord or Instagram or whatever. If they're able to join, I'm happy to send them the link. I've sent a few members. Some of y'all, like I said, y'all may know some of them, but it's going to be a fun way to end the evening. But first, let me please bring on our amazing guests. Please welcome Samantha and Brandon from Bourbon Charity. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for coming on. I'm so excited to have Bourbon Charity back on the channel. It's been about 6 months. You guys did a fundraiser in February for Valentine's Day. So it was just a lot of fun. I had Brandon, who is the the founder of Brandon Hunt, correct? That's the founder, not this Brandon. Just want to clarify. I was like, he looks a little different, but no. So you guys, so Samantha, you are you said you've just been there, a few months, the new executive director of Bourbon Charity. So tell us a little bit about that. And then Brandon, tell us about, what your role is there.
Yes. Well, hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And I came on about 2.5 months ago as the executive director. And my role is a lot of behind the scenes. I manage our social media accounts. I do manage our shipments. So all of the outgoing orders that we get from merchandise and whatnot. And then our Bourbon Hood members, as soon as we get new members, we also send out a little welcome gift to them. So I manage that, as well as just kind of making new connections, networking, doing podcasts, trying to get our word out there. So it's been really fun so far.
That's awesome. How about you, Brandon?
You know what? When charity started in 2019, started in March of 2019, and I stumbled across it on Instagram, and I sent Brandon a direct message and just said, "Hey, how can I help?" And he's like, "Hey, here's the fundraiser that we're doing. You can buy tickets and support the cause." And I was like, "Well, no, I want to help." I was looking for a charity to volunteer with. And so I just started volunteering about a month after they started, and just kind of been with it since.
That's awesome. So I didn't realize that they were so new. I thought it maybe had been around for a while. So you said February of 2019 is when it started, or
March of
2019.
Yep.
Awesome. So you guys started out. You guys were doing some in-person events to start with, and you guys kind of transitioned into online. Or I know you guys have a golfing thing coming up. So you guys do kind of a blend of both. You do both online fundraisers and in-person events, correct?
We actually just through COVID and everything, we have only done like the virtual fundraising events. And right now we're exploring options for some local events, possibly like smaller events. But then, yes, we have our inaugural golf event. That's in November. We're so excited about that happening. So it will be here in Arizona, and we're looking at getting some celebrities, former NFL players, and it's going to be great. It's going to be really exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Well, this fundraiser is just running through this weekend. So this is your Support Our Troops fundraiser. Tell us a little bit about, what was the inspiration behind that? Is it a personal connection, or, what was the reason to focus on this for this time of year?
Mm-hmm. So our fundraisers that we do are major ones. We have 5 of them per year. And this one just so happened to be around Labor Day. And, we thought, why not honor those people who have served and are serving currently just around Labor Day, and kind of the meaning behind Labor Day. We also plan our events kind of every other month, just to kind of give, everybody a break. So we have events every couple months. So it kind of it falls right after our Father's Day one in June there. And so this kind of just naturally is the next one before our Thanksgiving event.
Very cool. Well, like I said earlier on, there's a link in the chat below or in the description below where you guys can learn about the actual giveaway. You can buy tickets to enter. You guys are giving away some really awesome bottles. I know you said the sponsor of the event is Beam Suntory, but you guys also have some awesome bottles from so many other distilleries. You guys definitely go check that out. I see you got our first super chat. Swan says first super chat. Great cause. Let me be the first of many. So I do encourage you guys, if you guys do want to give, please go to the link below, down below. First of all, you get a chance to win some awesome bourbon. But also it goes to an amazing cause. By the way, I'm seeing some people pop in from Facebook. I see Billy, who is actually a service member, or I'm not sure if he's retired at the moment. But Billy, thank you for tuning in. I'm testing out the Facebook thing. So if you guys are on Facebook, feel free to chat. I know I'm looking at both the chats on my screen, so feel free to chime in wherever you're watching tonight. But yeah, so these bottles, like I said, Beam Suntory, we had a bunch of Jim Beam products that we're going to drink along tonight. So hopefully you guys watching have some Jim Beam products. I'm sure you do. You guys watch me. You know I love Jim Beam. So I actually poured, my first one that I have is Legent, which is their collaboration with Beam and Suntory. It's blended by, of course, the Suntory Master Blender, but it's still Jim Beam distillate. So what are you guys drinking on? You guys had something poured too, right?
Yes.
I poured her some Little Book 2.
Oh, nice.
Slowly been working on here. And then I just pulled some Baker's Single Barrel.
Very cool. Yeah, I thought I had Little Book to drink along with you guys, but I finished it. So I've been trying to find the one that came out this year. No luck yet, but I love Little Book 3. That bottle I drank very slowly because I really enjoyed it. But
I'm with you.
So are you guys typically like what bourbons do you typically gravitate towards just when you're just drinking on your own? Like I said, I'm a big of a Jim Beam fanboy, so I have like everything then. But like other distilleries that you guys like that you maybe prefer?
I mean, I'm all over the place. Mm-hmm. I typically don't drink two of the same. I don't have two of the same pours in a row most of the time.
Same here. Yeah,
I hop around every glass, and I don't know. Like I thought, I have my fair share of a lot of the bigger distilleries. But, I have a lot of these like small, new and up and comers. Like I have a ton of Beam stuff. I have a ton of Turkey stuff.
Oh, yeah. Of course, you fit it right in with these guys here. They're bits of Turkey fanboys.
I realized how much Russell's Reserve I had when I was.
Oh man, and I told Stephanie. I actually, or sorry, not Stephanie. Sorry, Samantha. My bad. Wow, that was bad. I have your name hidden. The one time I have your name hidden, I'm like, oh man, I messed that up.
You're all good.
I actually thought I didn't have a Russell's, but I had an older bottle of it that was kind of hidden in the back. I'm like, man, but it's all good. We got plenty of Jim Beam here tonight. Thank you, Stephen, by the way, for this super chat, which covered my screen, which made me mess that up. I see Bourbon Noob is in the house. Hopefully Bourbon Noob is, and that's my friend Patrick. He's hopefully going to join us later on. He's actually in the military as well. He's in the Air Force. So thank you, Patrick, not only for your service, but hopefully coming on later too. We're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight. So like I said, I'm inviting also Independent Joe as well, is also a service member or retired service member. So yes, hopefully you guys will see them come on here in a bit later on tonight. I just thought this would be a fun stream to kind of just pay tribute, have a few pours with people. I think it's such a great cause. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I have a lot of family members that are, have served in the past. So I think it's such a really cool thing that you guys are doing. And like I said, if bourbon's involved, I'm always excited. So, so I guess let's talk a little bit about, before we get into the bottles that are actually being given away, let's talk a little bit about the different funds that you guys are, contributing towards. There's 5 different charities that are, these are going towards. Now, you guys, this is the biggest change since last time I had Brandon, the founder, on. You guys are now giving 100% of all donations are going towards the charities. Is that right? So, and you guys, I know you guys have had that for a goal for a long time. Tell us a little bit of how you got there.
Yes, it has been a goal of ours for quite a while, and we were at about 92%, I believe it was in February, and then our Father's Day fundraiser just allowed us to hit that 100% model and meet that goal, which is amazing. And really the heartbeat of the charity is our Bourbon Hood members, and that kind of allowed us to meet that model and give 100% of those funds. That just doesn't happen very often,
right.
And with all the overhead costs and everything that nonprofits have, and we've made it. So it's really, really awesome. And, we have our group of Bourbon Hood members, and they're our monthly donors. And so we have now over 650 monthly donors from anywhere from $10 all the way on up. We've got some people that, and we have also offered some options, which is really neat to people that have reached out to us that maybe they don't see the denomination on our website. So we can be flexible there if people have a different number in mind, but we offer 10 all the way on up, and you get perks that come along with it. And I think the community that our Bourbon Hood members it's so great. We have a Facebook group and Instagram group just for our Bourbon Hood members, along with special merchandise for those members. So, and then we also do giveaways throughout the year where Bourbon Hood members only can get the bottles, along with barrel picks too.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Actually, our friend Perry says he just donated through the link. Cheers to everyone, and thank you for sharing this with everyone. So thank you so much, Perry, for donating. Yeah, you guys, like I said, the link is in the description below if you guys want to enter the giveaway. And I see you guys have already raised, I mean, I'm looking at the number now. You guys just launched this fundraiser, and you're already at $34,500. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. So the organization, I know you guys work with a couple of core foundations, including like the Breast Cancer Research and the Prostate Cancer Foundation. But for this specific giveaway, you're also working with 3 military-focused organizations, which I think is really cool. One of them was one that I was not aware of until I did a little bit of research. It's the Pat Tillman Foundation. So they, for those of you who don't know, they actually do scholarships for military members and veterans. They've raised a ton of money. They have like tons of facts. I was just scrolling on their website. They've raised over $20 million, and they have a 98% graduation rate of their scholars. That's so awesome. Do you know how you guys got started? I know, like I said, you're relatively new. Do you know how that partnership kind of started, or is it just something that Brandon was passionate about?
Yes. So actually what's really awesome about our charity is that we open up at the end of every calendar year to the community, and they are able to kind of have the power and vote on the charities that we give to throughout the year. And so our 5 major fundraising events, the charities have been chosen by our members. And so so we came up with a list, and they kind of ran with it, and that just happened to be one of them. And what's really neat too is that we're based here in Chandler, Arizona, and then the Pat Tillman Foundation is also tied here to Arizona too. So
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's actually really cool that the people that are giving to you guys month to month, they actually have a say into which organizations they're passionate about and where the money goes. I think that's really an important thing. It's not like you guys are just picking them yourselves. I think that's so awesome, and especially that's something local to you guys. Are most people that are Bourbon Hood members, are they mostly local to the Arizona area, or are they like nationwide?
Everywhere.
Yeah, really? It's nationwide. Yeah. We actually had our statistics guy, I had him run some numbers for us last week, and it was really awesome to just see that we really have members in all of the states.
Wow.
And it's really cool. I mean, Arizona is definitely one of our higher donor states. However, it's just all over, and it's really cool. And that's what's neat about our Bourbon Hood group, is that we get to connect with people in a way that, I mean, obviously now you're somewhere else, but it's just, it's just neat to be able to connect with people all over. Like we know one of our members who his family had a baby last week, and you kind of get to know them on that personal level, which is really awesome too. It's not just monetary donation and that's it. The engagement on our group is really, really amazing, and they reach out and they want to do more than just our events. They want to help volunteer. What else can they do? So it's really neat.
That's awesome. Our friend Trev saying hi. Hopefully Trev can stop in later. He's also military service member. So thank you so much, Trev, for popping in. Hope to see you on, hopefully later on tonight. If you're welcome to join us. Like I said, for those of you just now joining, I've seen a few people join in. We are going to invite on members of the Whiskey Tube community that are serving or have served in the military towards the end of the stream. And we're going to just drink a little with them, maybe have a couple pours and let them, I guess, say a few things. So yeah, that's awesome. So of course you guys work with other charities as well, including the Wounded Warrior Project and the DAV, which is another one that I was not super familiar with. So that's Disabled American Veterans. So lots of really great causes. I think that's causes that, a lot of people may not be familiar with, but they're familiar with the actual work that they're doing, if that makes sense. So that's really cool. So we have I'm looking at the list of bottles now. You guys have some awesome prizes here. So I'm seeing, and by the way, the thumbnail of the stream, if you guys clicked on it, hopefully you saw a bottle that you liked that brought you in to watch this stream, because you guys have like a big lineup. Not only, some stuff from Jim Beam, like you said, the little book, you said it's signed by Freddie No, correct?
Right.
Yes.
That's super. Oh man, I want that. But you guys also have some items from the Van Winkle lineup. You have some Weller products. You have, wow, this is a fantastic group of prizes. And if you guys, like I said, the link in the description, it shows you all the prizes, all you can win. Now I do notice each item has get tickets below, but that's just in general, right? They're not for specific items.
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure that was clear. So like I said, if you buy tickets, all the info is on the link for you to enter that. But yeah, they do a drawing. I think I watched the you guys did Instagram Live, I think when I did the last one.
Yes.
You guys gave away the winners. So you guys can tune in. They put the link or they put the date on their website for when they're doing the drawing. They're going to do that on the 10th of September. So make sure that the drawing closes though on the 6th of September. So what is that, end of this weekend, maybe a little into next week. So you guys have a little bit of time if you're watching the replay to get your entries in. But man, those are some incredible prizes. So which prize excites you guys the most looking at the lineup?
I mean, I'd probably like the sign bottle also.
That's always really cool.
I don't know. Like I'm a big Little Book fan.
Oh yeah. Did you try the I mentioned the one that came out this year, but there was one last year. I did not get a chance to try that one. I've heard that one's really interesting. It was the one that used like the brown rice.
Yes. You know what? It threw me off. At first, and I let it open up. I went back to it a week later. Went back to it a week after that, and then it turned out really good.
Really?
Yeah. I just needed to let it sit for a little while. That initial drink just didn't do wonders for me. It was still good, but it was just different. But I like that. I like different whiskeys that, it's not just the same stuff that you're drinking all the time. Like you need a little something unique.
Absolutely. And I think, they have the Booker's line for their typical bourbon. Actually, I maybe might kill a Booker. My last of this is my 2019-04. So this is Beaten Biscuit. So I'm going to pour that one next. I'm always been like I said, I'm a little bit of a Jim Beam fanboy. They were one of the first whiskeys that I gravitated towards when I was first starting out. And then trying more and more, including like have you guys tried this one, the new 12-year Knob Creek?
I haven't tried that one.
Okay. Have you tried the cast strength one?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I've heard so many good things about the cast strength 12-year. Actually, I think I may have been sent a sample from someone. I think maybe Brian Bernicke sent me that. So I need to dig for that one because I've heard that's incredible. But
I've got a little stockpile of some of the older 15-year picks that they're not really doing.
Oh yeah, I bought those up too when they were everywhere. At least in California, like I guess 2018, 2019, they were everywhere. Like the older Knob Creek picks. Now it's all the 9-year stuff, which I mean it's still good. But it's not. It's not as special.
I see Whiskey Mountain. Oh, you just highlighted it.
That's our good friend Adriana. She has a really awesome channel. If you guys haven't checked out Whiskey Mountains, y'all go subscribe to her. She's so much fun. She does whiskey reviews, but she does them out in nature. So she goes on hikes and she brings whiskey with her. It's such a fun channel. So go. And she's also really big. She actually our last fundraiser thing that I've done on this channel, or is actually on her channel, we raised over $10,000 for Alzheimer's research because that's her passion. So she actually was one of the top donors, like I think in the whole organization because of her fundraiser that she did. So I think that's one thing I love about this, online whiskey community. We love giving back. I mean, even if it's, a bigger cause like that, or even if it's one of our own, someone's in a car accident, needs to replace their truck. I'm thinking of my friend Wheels. He had a GoFundMe, man, we all gave to that. So I love the whiskey community. How about you guys? Do you guys get involved like with maybe local groups out there, in your area? Just, I mean, either with Bourbon Charity or just on your own. How is it out there in Arizona?
Yes, I think there are a ton of groups, that's for sure, out here. I know you're part of some of the tasting groups that are local, and those, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I mean,
guys?
I've got people that kind of in the same boat. If there's an emergency, or if there's something that they have a cause that they want to donate to, we'll donate to them too. It's all about taking care of the community, your friends. I mean, some of these people you never have met in real life, but there's still a connection, and they've got your back, and you want to have theirs, and so it goes both ways. Yeah,
and I think I mean, I always say this. I don't know if it's necessarily a true in general, but I always think that whiskey brings people together in ways that maybe they wouldn't be brought together if they didn't have whiskey. Maybe you get a little tipsy, you open up with someone, but you form some real bonds. I mean, some people I've cried with probably after a few pours with Bookers, but I just feel like I feel like it kind of, not only do you have a common passion and a common interest, but it kind of loosens you up a little bit, especially when you're someone like me that's super introverted. So like after a few pours, you get to like really open up and get to make some amazing connections.
Sure.
That's very, very true. He would probably say the same about me.
Yeah. So what's your background with whiskey? Like, how did you get into just becoming a whiskey drinker?
Myself or?
Both, either.
Well, I kind of am just getting my feet wet in it because I married into it, but then, he kind of has probably.
At least you didn't have to buy it though, right? Like that's usually. my husband, he doesn't buy any of it, but he's gotten into it because I'm so into it.
Yeah.
I think that's why it just kind of rubs off on, I see all the bottles and everything. I mean, what you'd say you have more than how many?
More than my fair share.
Yeah, it always hurts to count. Like you want to know, but you also don't want to know.
Yeah.
It was, but anyways, I have kind of started to just try all sorts, and I like old fashioned. That's kind of my go-to, I guess, mixed. He has introduced me to so many. Just try it. It's broadened my taste buds, but it's been really fun just getting to taste all these high priced and not so like all over the spectrum. And turns out I like I have expensive taste, but
there you go.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
I keep giving her some, and in the beginning it was like, okay, this is okay, and then I decided to pop open a Whistlepig Magellan's, and I had her try that, and I said, "What do you think?" She's like, "Oh, I could sip on this." I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Oh, sure, of course, you love that. I actually, there's another channel here on YouTube. They call it I Whiskey She Wines. So it's Sam and Bobby. So you guys are familiar with them. So she started out as a wine drinker, and he has made it a mission to turn her into a whiskey drinker. Now she can outdrink the hell out of me. Like she is just an amazing person. I mean, she's awesome. But when she first started out, man, she just made the funniest faces when she tried things.
Yeah.
And then I think it was a similar situation. Bobby pulled out a very expensive. I think actually it was Whistlepig too. It was like the $500 Boss Hog. And she's like, "Oh, I like that." And he's like, "Oh, of course you do. Of course you do."
Yeah.
That seems to be the case with multiple people. Then that's crazy. I actually haven't had a chance to try that. I've tried some of Whistlepig's more affordably priced things, but I've not tried that one.
Sure. I think their stuff is a little on the higher end price wise. The Boss Hogs are definitely notches above like their standard flagship stuff too. Not saying that it's not good at all, but like for me, the Boss Hogs just blow it out of the water.
Yeah, I'm so excited to try that. Holy crap. Sorry, I just saw a super chat come in. Scott says, for the people that are willing to put everything on the line so we can do things like this. Scott, thank you so much. Actually, I think I've decided. I think I know it's a little confusing. All of the proceeds I get from YouTube, from all the super chats tonight, I'm going to donate and buy tickets for myself. That way, because I know it's kind of confusing because it's like a fundraiser, like people are giving through super chats. I don't want to take that for myself. I want to give it back to you guys. So I'll put that out there if anyone does want to, do that rather than a giveaway that way. Because I mean, your credit card's already on YouTube or whatever anyway. So if you want to give that way, you can do that too. Either way, but if you want to enter for yourself, make sure to check out the link below. But thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate that. And that's going to be sent right back to these guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Yes, thank you both. That's so generous of you. We appreciate it. It's going to a good cause, that's for sure.
Absolutely. By the way, I sent out a link to a few people that have served. You guys are welcome to join the StreamYard. I'll bring you in as you are here. So y'all are welcome to go ahead and join us now as we, drink a little bit more and maybe talk a little more. So just want to throw that out there if anyone's waiting till I said that to join it. So I guess tell us a little bit about the, after this, you guys are doing the golf fundraiser. I mean, that's that's kind of a big deal for you guys because it's like is it the first in-person event in general that you guys have done? Oh, that's exciting. And what are the dates for that one?
It's going to be November 20th.
Okay. That's very cool. I'm not a golfer myself, but I imagine there's a lot of people that are whiskey drinkers that are really into that. So very cool. So how is that going to go? Is it going to be like a weekend? Is it like a one-day thing? What's planned so far for that? I know it's a good ways out, but.
Yeah, so we had a meeting a couple weeks ago with the Boys and Girls Clubs here in the Valley, and everything is going to benefit them for that event. But the night before, we kind of are kicking it off with everybody who's coming in from out of town, and just doing a little happy hour at Pitch in Scottsdale. And Pitch is just a restaurant bar, really, really nice. We actually had a whiskey event there this kind of outside of the charity, but a whiskey event there this weekend, and it was a really, really nice place to just hang out, super chill vibe, and we got to taste some nice bourbon. So there'll be some great bourbon at this event. They've got some great food going for at that night as well. And again, just a place for us all to kind of, hang out pregame before the actual day. And then on Saturday, we kick it off with golf. It starts at 9. And then it'll go until about 2. We are doing foursomes right now. We just opened it up as well to just for singles. So hopefully we'll get a few more in there as well that might not be able to come up with that foursome and join in. Again, we're getting some NFL and possibly MLB players that might come. We're really excited about that piece. Just some celebrity presence, which will be super exciting.
Very cool. And I see a lot of people in the chat are donating. Donnie says he just donated. Scott said not trying to win anything, just giving to those that serve. And that's why I decided, Scott, I'm gonna donate myself all of the proceeds that I get from this as well. So Trev, it sounds like he's about to join us. He says someone pick my pour. Well, Trev, I mean, do you have any? I know you're kind of all over the place with your interests. I say pick something Jim Beam, but you're welcome to pick, whatever you want to grab. But yeah, I'd love to have you join us. And I see a lot of new faces here tonight. By the way, if y'all are just tuning in, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure to not only follow these guys. I've linked to both of their Bourbon charity page on Facebook. There's like a link to their page. On YouTube, it's down in the description below. Make sure to follow them on Facebook. Make sure to follow them. They're everywhere. You guys are on Instagram. I saw y'all posting on there. Make sure to give them a follow. And if you're new here to my channel and you want to follow as well, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hopefully to do more giveaways and things like this. I love working with, charities, nonprofits. Like I mentioned earlier with Adriana, like that's something that's really important to me. No matter what the cause is, just the amount of support that this community can give is incredible.
That's very, very true. We have found too that, just in learning more about people and their backgrounds, whether it's military, whether it's a connection to kids, like for our Valentine's Day fundraiser, the Children's Hospital or whatnot, you can kind of reach a lot of hearts based on kind of what the theme is. And then just overall, we've just found that the whiskey community is just so giving and generous. It's truly amazing. It's kind of blown my heart away. That's what's been past couple months.
Very cool. Well, we do have a couple guests that have popped in, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them on. Please welcome Patrick and Trev Wilson. What's up, guys?
Hey, good to see you guys. What is up?
So for those of you that don't know, I guess introduce yourselves, your involvement with the military, just so people that are in the chat know how you guys are involved.
All right, well, I'll go first. I'm Patrick. Been in the Air Force just over 20 years, and I like whiskey, so.
Perfect.
How about you, Trev?
So unlike Patrick, I actually did something in the military.
Oh gosh,
I was in the
this
Army.
is not what this stream is for.
No, Patrick, I freaking love you. I was in the Army. I was in the infantry. Did my one contract, wrecked my body, and I got out. And so yeah, I enjoyed a little infantry action. Did my due diligence, and I got the heck out of Dodge.
There you go. But hey, your impact still means a lot. That you served in general. So thank you for that.
Thank you both for your service too.
Yes. So I'm just keeping up with the chat. It looks like Blake Anderson donated the other day. Love that more people are sharing. Great question coming in from Whiskey Mountain. She asked, what was the original cause that kicked off the group? I know you guys are both relatively new to it. Do you guys happen to know what launched Bourbon Charity? What was the main cause that, Brandon believed in?
So Brandon really had a few causes. The military thing, since we're kind of on that subject, his brother's in the military. So that's kind of how that came to fruition. And then his dad had prostate cancer. So that was another one of the big charities, the main 5 that initial year. And his dad was fighting for his life for a little bit, and he ended up beating the prostate cancer. So that was also another reason why that was in there. And then he had another friend, and a little girl, she had tumors growing all over her body. So Children's Tumor Foundation was another big important cause for him too. So yeah, it was a lot of things culminating, and he just said, I have all this bourbon. Why not try to raise some money and give back?
And he was blown away, by kind of that thought, after having that thought and kind of opening it up to people. Now 2 years in, we raised over $1.2 million.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Thank you. And it's kind of mind blowing, now it's just kind of taken off, and we've supported 26 different charities. We've helped build wells in Africa for clean water, for charity water. And yeah, it's just been going, taken off. I mean, he kind of just started it as a business venture. And then from there, it's people haven't stopped drinking bourbon with COVID. So,
definitely have drank a lot more than before.
That's right.
So cool. I know, Patrick, I wanted to shout you out for a minute. I know you have been actually doing a little bit of your own bit of fundraising. He's actually, well, I'll let you explain what you've done, but you did like an Amazon wish list because you were actually taking physical things over to so tell us.
So I'm an aircraft maintainer by trade. I don't work on airplanes anymore. I'm more on the management side, but with the Afghanistan stuff that's been going on the past couple weeks, the C-17 community has been overly busy with the airlift, and that's my community. And we sent people over to help out. They've been nonstop over there, right? They created a wish list on Amazon. It sold out probably within an hour of being spread around Facebook. And they were told to stop asking for stuff to be sent out there to support the refugees and the maintainers and the air crews that are out there to keep them going, because it was bogging down the mail system. So I started having stuff sent here to my house that I can just throw it on the airplanes as missions go out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
Eric, you have part of your community in the chat. C-17 pilots are badass. I see Scott Tilton just became a Byte Club member, which is my YouTube channel membership. Thank you so much for that, Scott. If anyone else is curious and wants to support the channel, I feel weird promoting myself when we're talking about raising money for a cause. But if you do, for $1.99 a month, you can get access to some really cool emojis and things like that. So thank you so much, Scott. Welcome to the Byte Club. Very cool. So what are you guys drinking on now? I know you guys had the Bakers to start with. Did you guys want to pour something else? I'm drinking the Bookers now. It's so good.
I'm still working on mine. I'm almost ready for that next one.
Gotcha. What about you, Patrick and Trev? What are you guys drinking on?
So I just cracked open Tagalong batch.
Okay. Oh wow! What years or what?
That's the newest one. 21.
Oh okay. I have not had that one yet. How is it?
First crack, it's really good. I like it.
I was gonna say something, but then what Patrick just said, I actually tried that Tagalong batch this past weekend, and typically most of the Booker's batches I'm not the biggest fan of, but that one's pretty dang good. I will say that.
I saw one store had it, but they were charging like over $100 for it. I'm like, I'm not at the point where I want to pay over $100 for Booker's yet.
Still wouldn't do that. I don't care what it was.
Yeah. Oh, we have a new person joining us here. Please welcome Independent Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Joe.
Hi.
So, Joe, tell us about your experience with the military since you're actually, you were one of the ones that I actually didn't know that are you a veteran? Is that what it is?
Yes, I served in the Marine Corps for just over 20 years. I say just over 20, but it's like a month over 20. It sounds monkey.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your service. Someone else told me, I actually wasn't aware that you were, and someone's like, "Oh, Independent Joe, you got to invite him on." So, man, I'm happy to have you here.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah. So, what are you drinking on, Joe?
Well, I heard you guys were doing Jim Beam, so I pulled out a Little Book and a Knob Creek 12. Not the cast strength, but the Knob Creek 12. So.
Yeah, us peasants have to settle without the cast strength.
I was gonna say, Joe, man, 20 years. That's awesome. That's a long time to be eating crayons, man.
Yeah. And
20 years in the Marine Corps eating really crayons, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How many you think you've ate over the? It's a long time.
Let's see. It's like spaghetti when you put them on a plate. So, and I like spaghetti, so I guess at least twice a week, 3 times a week.
So the orange crayon's your favorite, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Big Vic in the chat said he just got his 500 tickets for the giveaway. Very cool. Thank you so much, Big Vic.
Thank you. Awesome.
Cheers, Big Vic.
Cheers.
Adriana says Trev's here to talk shit. I know, Trev. I invite you on the channel and you just shit talk everyone.
No, and Patrick and Joe can both attest to this for sure. We can talk crap amongst each other, but like if someone from the outside talked crap of any of us, it's like we would go from fighting each other to ganging up on that person as if we were just. It's like, we're all siblings, and you give your siblings hard time, but at the end of the day, I will kill for you. So that's how it is.
What are you drinking, Trev?
Well, Eric Thompson, right before I came in, I said someone pick what I drink, and he picked Maker's Mark 46 cask strength.
I need to get another bottle of that.
Everyone just picks me Maker's stuff. They just know that I'm a huge fanboy. So he did me a service.
I was going to get the regular Bookers, but then I saw Trev was on, so I got the little book instead of the regular size.
Oh, nice. Which batch little book is that? We were talking about that earlier in the night.
This is the batch or book 4, 2020.
Oh, okay, that's what we got. So yeah, I know Brandon said that he's tried that before. How do you like it, Joe?
Popping it.
Okay, cool. There we go. Get a live uncorking here. Yeah, I've been wanting to try that one. I haven't seen it, and I've seen more of the new one than that one. But again, the place are charging a lot for it.
I'll send you a sample, Clifton.
Oh, thank you, Patrick.
You haven't tried this one?
Wait, which one? No, I haven't.
Okay. I'll get it to you.
Oh, that's true. So Joe's actually, we're gonna do something, work out something soon.
Yeah.
So, well, Smith and Brandon, what do you guys? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like we talked about the golf thing. I mean, you guys do 4 fundraisers a year, right?
5.
Okay, so. Yeah. Do you guys do the same? I meant to ask this earlier. Do you guys do the same causes each, every year, or does it change up every now and then?
So the theme kind of stays the same every year. We do it around Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving,
and the Derby.
And the Kentucky Derby is our 5th one there, and then the charities. They always change every year just based on what the community votes on. And so that, again, just kind of makes us unique because our members and the community bourbon lovers, get to choose. We open it up to lots of different charities. The members come forward with the charities that they're most connected with, and then they get to vote. That's really the cool thing about us.
I wanted to touch on that too. I know earlier it was said that I forget. I think you had mentioned, Clifton, the monthly donors get to decide, but it's not just the monthly donors. It's anybody who donates anything throughout the year. You'll get an email after the end of the year to help choose the charities for next year.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
Part of Bourbon Hood, you still get to help choose.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I need to look into, because I know the Bourbon Hood thing. I think you guys have grown significantly since last time. I like I said, you guys are finally up to the 100% that you're able to donate from all of your donations that you get. That's just incredible, because I know a lot of people that want to do something similar, they have to take a large shot, understandably so, for the administrative costs. But I mean, the fact that you guys can, every dollar that's donated goes directly to these charities is just so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we're super thankful for all of our Bourbon Hood members. I mean, we really couldn't be here without them.
Yeah.
So those of you that are on, or Patrick, Trev, Joe, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at the link, but I want to know which of these bottles are you most interested in getting. I put the link down in the description on YouTube if you want to check it out. They have a lot of things, but I would be just as excited for that little book, the signed bottle that Brandon was talking about. Of course, there's some Old Rip, which is also great, and Van Winkle Rye, which, by the way, was my unicorn bottle for the longest time. I finally got a chance to try it, and it was fantastic.
Is that on your
Let me
Facebook
scour the list here real quick.
Yeah, I have to look.
That's on your Facebook page, Clifton?
Trying that one? No, it was actually at a random bar.
No. The list of bourbons on your Facebook page?
Oh yeah, so on the Facebook, I don't know if if you go to the Facebook page, there's a link in this live stream right now, so it's just down below. But if you're on YouTube, it's also in the description below. Or you can just go to, the link is give.bourboncharity.org/support our troops for anyone that's on a device where you can't see the. Here, I can put it on the screen. There we go. That's the list. So it shows the list of bottles that they're giving away. There's so many hitters here. It's hard to pick one that I want the most.
The question, what are you asking me, Clifton? Which one do I want to drink?
Or to win? Let's say you were in a giveaway.
If I win, I'm drinking it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, of course. Yes, Jeff. They're browsing the list.
Shoot, man. This is difficult. You know what? Let me just throw a curveball. Like everyone... You see that OFC and people are like, man, that's it. I'm going to throw a little wrench into things here. I kind of want that smoke wagon. Rare and limited.
I saw that. Yeah, what is it is it a single barrel?
It's actually a rare and limited pick that one of our local restaurants out here did for us. Phoenix City Grill over in Phoenix. Our good friend of mine, good friend of the charities, Chef Micah. He went through, came up with this blend with Aaron from Smoke Wagon, and they bottled it. Micah went a little above and beyond with some of the bottles and had his own medals made to kind of have a play on the Smoke Wagon rare and limited medals that Aaron did himself. So it's just a limited run of these rare and limiteds.
That's awesome. Actually, I hadn't heard of the rare and limited labels. So that's actually really cool. I'm a big fan of Smoke Wagon. I have not had a chance to try some of their more rare and limited products.
Well,
but Uncut and Filtered is pretty great.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've tried a sample of one of them, and it was so freaking good that I would pick. Okay, let's face it. If I won the OFC, that I would probably be crying like I would be crying like Joe, seeing a 64-pack of crayons. I would be ecstatic. But
I don't cry. I get excited though.
I've tried the OFC though, and it would be cool to own it, but to drink it, it's not that Smoke Wagon. That made me feel good drinking it. So it's good stuff.
There you go. Blake says he didn't know that 100% went to charity. That's unreal. Just donated again. Congrats on all you do.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you so much. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe and Patrick, have y'all had a chance to look at the bottles that they're giving away?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Trevor. Like the OFC would be cool, just for the rarity. But I'm either looking at that little book or even that Knob Creek pick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw the Knob Creek pick. So that's the Knob Creek single barrel bourbon. Do you know the age on that one or no? Is that one of the older Knob Creeks or is it like a newer one?
I don't remember which one was in there. I see so many.
The green lining. That one. It says the Green Lining Institute.
Green Lining. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, right here.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Give us a live review of it. Let us know how it is. I'm always a sucker for Knob Creek picks.
It was kind of a barrel rescue when COVID happened. There was a place locally in town that they couldn't take on all of their barrels, and so we picked it up, kind of saved it, and got it to some people who would still appreciate it. But it is a rye.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep, rye pick. Just
those are good.
Years. But yeah, phenomenal.
That's awesome.
What's the proof? Is that what's the proof on it?
Where are we at here?
I think those are 115, right?
Should be 115.
Yeah.
Those are
some of those.
Those are freaking good.
They really are. Yeah, I actually had another bottle. It was a similar situation out here. Our local store, K&L Wine and Spirits, did a similar thing where they got a bottle that was a charity bottle. I forget the exact name. I think it's Speed Rack, I believe. But it was also a Knob Creek Rye, and that bottle is delicious. I want to highlight Scott's comment here. He says, "I do think this is the most supportive community I've come across in a long time. Pre-COVID, during COVID, post whatever. The Whiskey Tube community is one of the best things I've come across in years." Well, cheers to you, Scott. I completely agree with that.
Cheers, Scott.
I have something to add to that. I tried to comment something, and with me typing, I deleted my message, but I have something. I was replying to that specifically. Coming out of the military, this being military themed, it was weird. And, Patrick, he's still doing this. So maybe one of these days he'll get to see, but it's weird when you transition out and you're so programmed into, your day, every minute of your day is essentially on a schedule, and it's ran it's controlled, and you get out in the real world. It's just weird. You're not around people 24/7. I'm not living with these people 24/7. It's weird. It's really, really weird. You almost feel out of place. Like I'm like, I do not belong here. This isn't right. But I would say this community to me was the first time kind of I feel welcomed. I feel, I would show up and people are excited to see you and they talk to you, and it's like you just fit in. And I don't know. That's why I was so drawn to this community when I first got into it. It finally gave me like a sense of purpose. Like I have a sense of doing something else other than just, going to work, not interacting with my coworkers, coming home, just, I absolutely loved it. And it drew me in.
Yeah. And I have to agree.
This community is freaking amazing.
I have to agree with Trev. Other than here, he really belongs nowhere else. But I was looking at those bottles. And I was thinking the Baker's 13, and but then Trev did point out the smoke wagon, so I'd like to bring it out and rub it in his face.
I was seeing messages from Bourbon. He says, somehow I did send an invite to Bobby from Bourbon Battalion. I'm sorry to hear they didn't get that. Sometimes my emails get sent to spam, and I guess it's because it's like a business email. So I'm so sorry, Bobby. I'll try to DM him the link real quick if he's able to pop on for the last 5 minutes or so. But I'm so sorry. I definitely sent him that invite. But like I said, there's so many people that I didn't realize. Maybe some people in the chat, if you guys have served, please let us know, because I had no idea there's so many people out there that have in this community. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, I believe Eric had told you on the stream, and I guess he didn't email you, but he was in the Air National Guard or something like that. So
yeah, I was because I asked him to. Yeah, I don't have his contact information, so there's a lot of. I'm sorry if I missed people to invite. I tried to gather as many emails.
No, you had let him know to email you, so it's his fault.
Oh, well. Yeah. Well,
that just means you have to do another segment.
I guess so. Hey, I'm happy to support the military in any ways possible. It's a cause that's important to me. All of my grandfathers did serve for a long time, so it's always been it's been in our family. We're not that we're a military family, but it's like my parents definitely were.
Yeah. I was just kidding, Eric. I know you were in the Army.
Yeah, I was about to say Eric was in U.S. Army, regular Army, not the Air National Guard.
Yeah, I know that. I was just kidding.
I'm coming to your defense, Eric.
I'm trying to send Bourbon Battalion this thing just in case.
I love the banter, guys. It's fun.
Yeah, that's these guys, some of these guys go live like every freaking night of the week, I feel like, and they're always on each other's streams. So I love these the whiskey community is basically some of my best friends in general. So, all right, I sent Bourbon Battalion the link in case he wants to pop on for the last 5 minutes. But I looked at my sent folder and I did email him, so maybe it went to spam.
Let's get on here, Bourbon Battalion.
I mean, Bobby was a Marine too. I don't think he knows how. I don't think he's that smart.
Technology,
to figure out email. You know, Bobby's about to pop in right now, guaranteed. I got him in.
Well, I guess question for the people, military people in there. Do you have a favorite memory from your time that you served? Is there anything that stands out as like your favorite memory?
You're gonna have to narrow that down, man.
Okay, I'm trying to make conversation while we wait on Bobby. Okay.
No, I know, but it's like, what kind of story you want? I guarantee you, between the three of us right here, we got about 1 million. But
okay,
we need help.
Favorite camaraderie moment. We've been talking all night about coming together and supporting each other. Is there anything like that sticks out?
Deployments. That's all your deployment is camaraderie and teaming up and just working together. Obviously, Air Force is a little different. We're not, in combat, but still working 14 hours a day. Just grinding and getting, these guys to where they need to go, in or out. So, seeing the effects of that is really. Just like these past 3 weeks, right? We airlifted 124,000 people in 13 days.
That's incredible.
So,
my daughter's stationed in Georgia at Moody Air Force Base. She's been in for a year now. I posted that on my Facebook, and just so proud of her to take on that challenge. And they are working them like 10 to 14-hour days, getting people their orders and getting them out there to help in the efforts of getting our people back. So I applaud everybody who serves. Doesn't matter what branch you are, or Trev.
All right, there he is. Okay, he made it. What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Clifton? Someone sent me a message like, "Do you know about this?" I was like, "No."
I did check though. I may have went to your spam folder, so I apologize.
I checked everywhere. I was like, I don't see anything, but like I'm just smoking on the back deck, so let me know.
Well, thank you for coming out. Well, tell us about what you have in your description. Marine Corps. How long did you serve?
I served 5 years, but I'm a 5th generation Marine.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Scott Pigsley.
Proud to do it.
Says, cheers to y'all. Thank you for your service. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring everyone on, because I think we're just a communal cheers to y'all. I know it's a cause that's important to Bourbon Charity. So I thought it'd be fun to, have everyone's faces here and join us for this stream. Well, I guess we should probably wrap up here because I know you guys, it's getting late for some of you East Coasters. But Samantha and Brandon, thank y'all so much for coming on. Like I said, info is in the description below if you guys want to enter. It goes until the 6th. So make sure you get your entries in. Like I said, I'm going to donate all the super chat proceeds to that as well. And thank y'all for coming on, and thank all the rest of you guys for coming on too. I'm sorry it was a short thing for you, Bobby, but appreciate you stopping in. Samantha, any last words? You guys, where can people find you guys on the web?
Yes, bourboncharity.org. And thank you guys already for, everyone who has donated tonight. And Clifton, what you're doing also tonight for us is just amazing, donating everything. And if you do another segment, call us back.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, you guys are welcome anytime you guys have a fundraiser coming up. I'm happy to support it. And I love being able to get back through these amazing people that are here with us tonight. So, well, thank y'all so much. Yes. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. People that are patrons of the channel, if you guys want to go over to the after party, we're about to kick that off. You guys are all welcome to the after party. If you guys aren't in my Discord, make sure you join. I'll invite you in tonight. But thank y'all so much, and thank you, Samantha and Brendan, again. Y'all are awesome. Y'all make sure you donate. Get your entries in before the 6th. So cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers,
you,
everybody.
Cheers.